Chill. What up, Cowboys Nation? Got a good one coming up. Foots the King joins me.
Giving you the real surrounding the Dallas Cowboys from news, updates, rumors, transactions, takes, and more. Strap up and get ready as we take you into the Dallas Cowboys universe. You're listening to the Skywalker Show podcast. Here's your host, Skywalker Steele.
Cowboys Nation, what up? Yes, KMT, we are starting early. Welcome to another episode of the Skywalker Show podcast. I see Foots over here already jamming, man. That's right. We got Foots in the building. And today's podcast is presented by Symbol, the stock market for sports. Like I told y'all earlier, man, we got a jam-packed show coming up. Foots is joining me. I'm going to break down the safeties. That's his spot. You know, he loves the safeties. Foots loves the safeties. Damontae Kazee, Neal, Kearse, all those guys. And we're also going to dive into that KJ Wright news. I told y'all, and Fish has also been telling you guys, and everybody's been telling you, there is interest. So we'll talk about KJ Wright, and of course, we'll dive into the draft. You can't bring Foots on here and not talk about the draft, right? That just don't make sense. So we're going to dive into the draft. We're going to talk about Pitts. We're going to talk about Surtain, and Farley, all these guys. We'll dive all the way into it. And before that, actually not before that, after all that, we're going to give away a couple gift cards, courtesy of Uncle Charles. So shout out to him. And it's going to go to the members. So if you're in the membership, I already have your guys' names drawn up, and we're going to do that later. But before I do that and before I get into the chat, what's up, y'all? I see y'all. I promise I'm going to get to y'all in a quick second. But right now, this is about all of y'all. Subscribers, members, viewers, those who are in and out. Even if you ain't subscribed yet, you also help do this. If you noticed, at the top of the show, I said presented by Symbol, the stock market for sports. That's because we have finally and got our first paid sponsorship here on DCN, and it's all because of y'all. So clap it up. Let me clap it up. Let me clap it up for y'all. Yes. Yes. Kind of low-key speech just a little bit. You know, you get into this stuff and you don't know how fast things will grow, how fast things will move along. And because of the subscribers, because of the members, because of everyone that supported this channel from day one, we are here, we have arrived. But this is just the first of many, I believe, sponsorships and people that believe in this this program, this channel, and the brand. So shout out, make sure a big shout out to our bro Sosa. Y'all give him a shout out. And shout out to my guys that have helped me get to where I am. But we're just getting started, y'all. We just getting started. But like I said at the top, guys, Symbol is a stock market for sports. They have learned to blend investing and fantasy sports together to allow you to invest into these teams just like you would in the stock market. So if they win, you win. We'll get into more details later on in the show. Hey, Foots, thank you for hanging out over there, brother. You're probably like, man, let me get through all this. But let's welcome in Foots, y'all. Let's welcome in. Let's welcome in.
He's in the building.
What's going on, bro?
How you feel, man?
I feel good. I felt like I went long-winded a little bit, but I had to do that because I had to give a special shout out to our friends over at Symbol and our subscribers here on this channel and yours watching over there on the. What's up?
Hey, man. First of all, I gotta say congratulations, Scott. The fact that you were able to get that, that partnership, though, that's dope. Like, and it goes to show how hard you work. Like, Scott doesn't play games, y'all. He doesn't play games, and we're gonna tap in today. But I can honestly say, like, he's one of those dudes, man, that he's good for the Cowboys community. And I'm ready to talk this talk. Let's go, man.
I appreciate that, brother. I really do. Yeah, let's talk this talk. But right now, real quick, because there's a lot of people in the chat, man. I really do have to give a shout out to the people in the chat before we get all the way into it. Kind of get a little bit of an echo where that came from. The Lunatic, B. Rob, Eric Flores, Jeremy, Say Fuller, CT, Michael Flores. Where we at? Shannon Sharp, not the Shannon Sharp, but the other Shannon Sharp. Captain America coming through. Carlos Holloway, Brian Gangs, Joseph Sandberg. Joe Sandberg always in the building. Jeremy Johnson. So is a lot of you other guys. Chase Washington, Dwayne Morris, my love, Michelle. What's up, baby girl? Trey Manning. I already said the Lunatic. Roxy. Is that Roxy? 26. My man Vaughn in the building. What's up, Vaughn? Dallas Lee, Dwayne Morris, Eyewitness, Christy Young, Cowboy Mike, Donnell Jenkins, and the many, many more. Keem Sears. If I didn't get to you,
that's the homie.
If I didn't get to you, I apologize, but we'll be going through this all day, man. We'll be hitting up the chat today, the phone lines. We'll try to get to the phone lines as well. We got a jam-packed show. We also got the mailbag segment. I remembered y'all on my channel. I got y'all. So a fun show lined up for you guys. I'm excited to get it started. And I'm going to start right where I kind of start at the top. Safeties. We've signed, and shout out to some super chats already coming through in the building, man.
Super chat.
The Lunatic with the $2 super chat. He says, congrats and continued success to both of you, man. Shout out to you, Lunatic. And another one.
Super chat.
Foots the GOAT King from Ivan Sanchez. I think that's on your side.
Hey, Ivan.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man. He's been with me for a while. Y'all make sure y'all hit up the super chats on my channels where we're going for both. So appreciate you guys, man. No, I'm not driving during the stream. I knew somebody would give me help. Hey, look. Hey, I knew somebody would give me help. Check this out, right? I told Scott, I said, see, a lot of folks don't know this, man. I do so many different things, like from being a coach. I'm really heavy into music. I don't got to get that whole spiel. But I also told myself, like, man, 2021, had my son. I said, I got to really tap in and be able to really lock in with this live stream thing because so many of these people have been with us, Sky. Like they grow with us. They're like really family. So I want to give you guys quality. So I hope you guys can tell there's no lag. I'm clean, new camera. You feel me? Face oil. Nah, I'm just ready. Let's do our thing, man, for sure.
Let's do it, man. Let's do. I had to update some stuff on here. All right, we also got another super chat in the building, I believe, from our guy Steven
Super
Shell.
chat.
What's up, Steven? He says he's a noob. Oh, welcome, brother. Welcome to the channel.
Man.
Welcome to the family. It really is a family. This community is. So, let's do it, man. Let's get into it because you love safeties. I love safeties, but I don't know anybody that loves safeties more than you love safeties. So, so let's just jump right into the guys that we signed. And I had dubbed it Safety Patrol.
Yeah, we kind of knew that wasn't. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Correct. I got you clean. I got you clean, Sky.
Well, let me switch that. Can y'all hear me now? Check, check, check. Mic, check, check, check. Are we good, guys? Are we good? Are we good? Give me a thumbs up if we good now. Did I just cut out? So that screen was a no-go. Okay. I will adjust to that while he's talking.
They said now they can. Now they can. Yeah,
Right. I'm not really sure what happened. We'll try to fix it up. But let me know what you feel about Keanu Neal coming on that 1-year deal, really to play linebacker, but potentially move back to play a little bit of safety.
So I did a breakdown on my channel about Keanu Neal, and folks went crazy. They were, oh, he's gonna take Donovan Wilson's place. This, that, and the third. No, not really. He is what you envisioned Joker being. Now you just don't have to draft Joker. Now you could draft Joker. I mean, you can do what you want to do, but I've watched enough film to know Keanu Neal's instincts are great. I mean, superb. If you watched him at Florida, he was always around the ball. Then you bring him to the league, he's more of a strong safety type. Every year he's played over 14 games, he's had 100 tackles. He has a nose for the football. So what do? We're going to move him to weak side linebacker. What is the weak side linebacker's job, Sky?
They flying around.
That's it. Like, keep guards off of him. Keep him clean. Let him go be violent. He's a natural violent player. The one thing about this acquisition that's crazy to me that people don't understand is, like, he brings attitude that this team hasn't had. The Dallas Cowboys have not had somebody like Donovan Wilson. He's been the most accurate. Like, when we moved Byron Jones to safety, he wasn't a safety. That's why he didn't crunch. That's why he didn't hit people. It was no attitude. When Donovan Wilson is coming downhill, he's coming with bad intentions. That puts thoughts in a team's mind. These pretty boys out there, even though the game isn't as physical as what it used to be, you still have to be physical. Keanu Neal does that. Donovan Wilson does that. I don't like the Keanu Neal pickup. I love it. If healthy, Keanu Neal brings a lot to this team. I like it. And Dan Quinn knows him. That's another thing. People got to remember, you bring him in. Why? Because he can help align guys. He can help, hey, guys, this is where he can help. He's the drill work, the little things within a defense that you need kind of a leader to be able to say, especially when they're moving to, new schemes, new nuance. Keanu Neal can do that because he's been with Dan Quinn. He was on a Super Bowl. I was about to say a Super Bowl winning team, but he was on a Super Bowl team with Dan Quinn. So I like it a lot.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if they can hear me on this screen. I'm waiting to see if I can get some clarification. I'm just trying to get some clarification. Are we good? All right. They say we're good on this. They can hear Foots. Yes, they can hear both. Okay, just making sure we good. All right, yeah, man. I actually love the signing as well. Even more, I love it more. I like the signing when I found out, okay, we're signing him to be safety. I'm like, all right, cool. Dono can slide over to free if need be. And we can bring down Keanu Neal a little bit at a time. But when they said, hey, we're going to move him full time to linebacker, the first thing that came to my head, Foots, was, linebackers are on notice. And for those that have been on my channel, they've known I've said this a while ago. When we hired Dan Quinn, I thought about that size speed makeup, right, that he likes to bring in, and I didn't see that in our room. I didn't see that. I don't see that in LVE, and because of the injury, I don't see it in Jalen Smith. So what's the best way to fast track that if you don't want to go out and draft and get that kind of player, that JOK kind of player? It's to get a Keanu Neal and bring him down at will, and you fast track that speedy will guy that can cover, and he helps in coverage where a Jalen Smith is a detriment. You understand?
So I think that's the part that people are forgetting. He has safety instincts just in a smaller space now.
Yeah.
Like Keanu Neal can cover. You just don't want him on the roof. You know, that's been my thing around draft community. You don't want him on the roof. You don't want him sideline to sideline. But he can cover. You get what I'm saying? And also, I want to say this real quick. Scott, thank you for you guys, Vosh, everybody's kind of deemed me like the DB guy in draft community. That's dope. I appreciate y'all. So that's why this makes so much sense. You have to look at the player. You got to peel back layers. So many Cowboys fans, the first thing that they saw was, safety Keanu Neal was signed. When Dan Quinn's telling you, I'm sure Keanu Neal's play style should tell you that this is not going to be a hard switch.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said, Foots. If you watch his tape, he's actually around the line of scrimmage more than he is back anyway. Like he basically plays Will without really being called Will. Now he's just going to go down there full time, and that's according to Mike McCarthy. He's going to start off with the linebackers. So, and we'll get into this a little bit later in winners and losers of free agency. But it's definitely something that the linebackers need to be like, oh, okay, let me step my game up or I got to get out of here. Real quick, man, I got a couple members. Shout out to KMT for joining the membership squad. I appreciate you, KMT. You've been rocking since I think I was on the other channel, so I appreciate you, bro. And Brandon Brown, welcome to the membership squad, Brandon. Appreciate you joining. I'm gonna have Sosa send me those names so I can add you to the to our drawing for later. Go right on here. What's up, JoJo? But anyway, yeah, man, I just think Keanu Neal was just such a solid all-around signing. And it gives you a chance to see. He's only 25, Foots. It gives you a chance to say, okay, if this works out, I can extend Keanu Neal midseason or later in the season or have first dibs at him to extend him to play the will full time if it works out, right? And you can start that transformation at linebacker.
I think so. I'll be honest. I think fans are going to be pleasantly surprised with how good Keanu Neal plays. I'm serious about that. And trust me, you'll get to these other guys. Yep. That doesn't mean that safety is off limits in the draft. That's all I'm saying.
No.
Doesn't mean linebackers off limits in the draft.
No, that's the thing about, and I get on them about this. That's the thing about all these signings. They don't stop you from doing anything.
No.
No,
they don't.
But there's times I want them to sign a guy to say, okay, we don't have to take this position in the draft at all. But that's just not what they do, so it is what it is, man. And one of those signings is Damontae Kazee, when healthy, a really reliable safety. I don't have my notes up, but just from remembering when I had looked at his film, he's a guy that I said doesn't really get beat deep much because he plays his depth very well. He's around the ball a lot. When you go back and look at his 2018 tape, because that was his best year, so he has 7 interceptions, and I'm not trying to be unfair to him. A lot of the times when you see 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 interceptions from a safety, you figure a lot of those were gimmies, right? And I don't want to dock him for those, but a lot of them were gimmies. However, I would rather have a guy that's in the area to get the gimmies and he catches them than not. So that's what KZ did in 2018. He's an assignment sound, a football player. He's not really going to cost you something. Now, there's some footage out there that showed some of his bad plays, which everybody has bad plays. But overall, I just don't see KZ as a detriment. He's definitely a bridge guy. Hopefully healthy. If healthy, he's an upgrade to Xavier Woods. So that's a plus.
That's what it is. I mean, he's not going to make a ton of plays, but he's not going to give up a lot either. And he's going to be where he's supposed to be, very assignment sound, like you said, the whole depth thing. don't look for him to be jumping a lot of routes or, being, super dynamic in the pass game. He has some roof abilities. That's how he was when he was at San Diego State. So the truth about Kazee is he's not going to stop you from drafting a safety. So 1 year Band-Aid that can, if things go awry, he can have your defense in order on the back end, and he won't do anything stupid. And I think somebody made a great point about the difference between like him and X Woods. He will catch those tip balls. He will be heady enough to kind of make those plays. So, I mean, I like it. It's kind of like a shoulder shrug to me because I think that you still have to attack this draft.
You have to.
Exactly. And we'll get to that part of things. So, yeah, I mean, hey, like I said, he's not a bad player. Like, he's not a guy who's going to – I mean, I instantly – and I remember it was crazy. I was on with Vach, and I think I was on with Vach and Okoye and Law. And I remember I'll never forget this show. Vach was asking about Ha Ha Clinton-Dix, and I was just thinking to myself, like, man, he's not going to make the team. Like, I just knew with watching him in Washington and then with the Bears, I just kind of knew, like, he was done.
But Seafoots, he wasn't. Ha Ha didn't make the team, and it had nothing to do. It had nothing to do with his play, fam.
What do you think it was then?
It ain't what I think. It wasn't. He just like Brandon Carr and a few others, but specifically those guys, did not agree with the coaching, and as veterans, they just weren't quiet. They weren't quiet. Did you think about it? Did you ever get a real explanation from anybody in Dallas?
Well, Sky. Okay, well, that's an off camera conversation.
I'm just saying. Like, I mean, yes, was he Pro Bowl Ha Ha Clinton-Dix? No, he wasn't. However, come on, man, you mean to tell me he wasn't better than Darian Thompson?
Nah, yeah. So the thing that I had, the question that I had about Ha Ha was, and we don't want to turn this into the Ha Ha Clinton-Dix show. But I kind of had questions about him wanting to still come down, be physical, the tackling ability.
Yeah, he's not a great tackler.
Yeah, I saw some of that. Trust me, I follow that Skins team closely, and I saw him getting beat a lot in Washington. That's kind of when I started.
But his Bears tape wasn't bad.
The Bears, that's what's crazy. The Bears tape wasn't bad, and the scheme now.
Yeah, somebody in the chat said the scheme was sorry. Yeah,
the scheme was awful last year. So don't think for 1 second I'm caping for that. But I also understand this. I don't think that it was smart. I don't think it was smart bringing in Mike Nolan. I think.
Oh gosh, no.
It would make more sense to bring in somebody like who was closer to what you do now. Like basically, all you're doing is bringing in a more youthful Rod Marinelli and Dan Quinn. Like,
see, people say that. I don't see that.
Well, what is okay? Hold on. All right, let's talk about it.
So
what does Dan Quinn want you to do, Sky?
Here's the reason why I say I don't see it. It's because Rod Marinelli is one gap penetrating defensive line, right? Quinn
scheme is a little different.
Yeah, well, the philosophies is what I'm getting at. The back end kind of similar, the front end not. So I guess it's a similarity.
I guess why I say that is because like Dan Quinn's thing is I was listening to a podcast and I think I said this on Saturday too. Quinn's thing is good things happen to those who run the ball. And that was kind of like, that sounds like a Marinelli mantra, right? We want to be sound. We want to get to the ball. And with Nolan, it just was like, they just weren't sharp. Like the team just wasn't sharp. I don't know. So, but I guess I say all that to say, bringing in somebody who's closer to what you do, I think now we'll see better D-Law. I think now we'll see everybody. Things that like make better everybody. Yeah, I agree.
I think the defense will be better by the addition of Quinn because again, like you said, it's more what they're used to. It's more really what their traits and their skill set is required for. The whole switch to that 3-4 or hybrid, whatever the hell they were trying to do. I hate to use the term hybrid because kind of that's what we're doing this year, but they're calling it multiple. But if you really study Dan Quinn, that's what he does anyway, y'all. He is multiple up front, but he's more of that traditional cover 1, cover 3 in the back end. And you can see it in the guys we brought in. Terrell Basham, Brent Urban.
So the Basham pickup was really good.
Urban,
I don't know if you're hitting that tonight. Irving, yes.
Urban.
I just like the way Basham plays the run.
I do like the Basham side.
I love, like, the thing is, Scott, I love D linemen that play the run first. Like, I love sacks, but we got to remember, like, as much as it's a passing league, I like D linemen that understand how to use, how to use their hands. Have a stack, boom, extend, the whole nine, and are physical at the point. Like Basham, I'm telling you, Basham is going to be, when injuries start happening, because they do, Basham is going to be somebody that we rely on. Watch what I tell you. I just got that feeling about him.
It might not even need to be injuries. I think he'll have an actual role in this defense.
I can see it, Sky. I can see it.
I think he'll be the Alden Smith of the defense. Where
Vacho, what up?
What up, Vach? Hey, there you go. Go let Kobe. where he'll be the Alden Smith of this defense. Where this year the starter, and it should be, is Randy Gregory, right? And you'll have Basham come in to either relieve him or whatever. I actually like that. Randy Gregory and Terrell Basham, I like that tandem, man. Because like you said, Basham can play the run, but he got some pop. He got some juice as a pass rusher, man. He's relentless in his hands. I was going through his traits on the last show. I think he has the potential to be a 5-sack guy as a reserve.
That's all you want. That's all you need. That's a great year for him.
Yeah. My worry, though, man, is what do we do with Bradley and Nye? Because it worries me a bit.
You don't hope for injury, but you hope somehow. You never hope for injury, but if somebody goes down, you hope. So we know Anai is a hard worker.
Mm-hmm.
We know that Anai has decent pass rush. I don't know what him and Reggie Robinson are the two players that I have no idea.
You don't know
what happened. Like, and I can't get any details. I can't get any information because I know they can play. Well, and I know, like, even the way that Bradley and I played at the Senior Bowl, he can play at this level. I think it was a plan that wasn't put in place for the player.
I think what happened with Bradley and Nye is he got caught up. I can understand Bradley and Nye. He got caught up in a numbers crunch. You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
When Marcus Lawrence is there, when Randy Gregory is there, and when Alden Smith is there, you're not getting any take over them. Where people are pushing back at is Dorrance Armstrong. Because it's like, okay, why are you giving Dorrance Armstrong this tick when you could be giving it to Bradley and Nye? I can't. I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't know. Maybe he wasn't as disciplined in the run game. I just really don't know. It was weird because Nolan was using Dorrance Armstrong like you would use a Bradley and Nye as a stand-up guy, drop back on occasion. How many times did we see Dorrance dropping back? Far too many times than we needed to.
So the problem is the Cowboys don't know how to. They don't know how to. Hey, that's dope. They don't know how to let go of their guys sometimes. Like, dog, this guy can't play. We saw it with Taco.
The owner likes him.
Yeah, you got to be quicker. We do have to be quicker to say, man, he just can't play. Like, because I think that. So I have this mantra that I say, development doesn't stop in the league. It shouldn't stop in the league, especially for two positions.
It has to continue. Like, by lot.
Yeah, you have to get these guys with plan. But you also have to know you have to have that thin line, Sky, when it comes to, okay, can said player play? Have you seen another say we're gonna keep developing, like a Randy Gregory? Randy Gregory has shown enough, like, and when I say development, you mean you're developing a human being, you're developing every part about him. Like the way they like the payoff for Randy Gregory. I think this year is when we will see why Dallas stuck with Randy Gregory for so long.
I mean, he's got dumb talent, right? We definitely have seen it. Who was it? Say Fuller said, but you think all that will change now? I'm guessing they're talking about with Anai and Reggie Robinson. That's the thing. I don't know because I did not see Bradley and Nye. I'm not even going to give you all this fake, like, yeah, Bradley and Nye can come in here and kill it. I don't know. Like, we should have seen him. When we were 4 and whatever, or 5 or whatever, or 3 and whatever, throw him in there. See what you got. And if he's not ready, then cool. You can continue to develop him. But what did it hurt you to play him against Baltimore when your linebackers was getting twisted? What did it hurt to play him against, whoever, the Niners when you were, that was a good game. What did it hurt? It really didn't hurt.
I think, Scott, I think what Dan Quinn. All right, so the difference between him, I think that Dan Quinn will be more creative with how
Super
he
chat.
thinks of players. With how he thinks of players, I think that he won't. I think so for some of the little guys in this draft, some of the smaller players, Elijah Molden or some of those guys that haven't always fit the Cowboys, what they want. I think that Dan Quinn will say, "Hold up, this guy can play. This guy can play." We've seen him draft what's my guy's name? What's the linebacker?
Deion
We've seen him.
Jones,
We've haven't.
Campbell.
We've seen him draft Deion Jones, and it was like he's a smaller player. So he'll say, "This guy can play. I don't care."
I feel
You know
like
what I'm saying?
I'm
We
with you
need
on
that.
You want a track of he has a plan. And I
Right.
feel like Quinn has a plan. And again, we talked about this on the show on Saturday, right? When we did our super cast show. Fit matters. And my son here calling me. Fit matters a lot when you get drafted. And I just don't think that Dallas really had a plan. I know we can do best player available. I totally understand it. But you can't just throw out scheme. You can't throw out.
No.
I know when you be like, I know y'all. Draft the best player and make it work.
BTA.
Yes. But so right now, right? We like Tyler. Like a lot of people like Tyler Shelvin, right? Because we need a big fat one tech. I want one or whatever. But if we're looking at the way this team is being built, do we really think a Tyler Shelvin's going to come here?
No.
Right. So if it doesn't fit what Dan Quinn wants to do, what are we doing? And it's not like Tyler Shelvin's a dual guy. All he can do is take up space and stop the run. That's any scheme.
Yeah,
so that's just an example. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. It feels like he has a plan where I felt like in the draft in the offseason, there really was no plan. Things fell their way, thankfully, right? Diggs fell down in the second round. We got CD Lamb. After that, you traded up. You got the center, which was great because Travis Frederick retired. Neville Gallimore, I still don't know how I feel about that pick. I like Neville Gallimore, but I felt like
you're grading the pick.
Yeah, I'm grading the pick, not the player. I like, just the pick. I was like, okay, I guess, but you just took a 3-tech in the second round last year who does similar things. So it was kind of like we kind of just were throwing stuff at the wall, hoping that it stuck, and it did. Like it really did stick. We had a solid draft. But you still have to have a plan.
I think last year's draft was really good.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Now let's see. Right, Gallimore is here.
So I always say if you can get 3 starters out of your draft, you hit.
We draft well. Yeah. Right, we draft well. The problem is defensively when you have so much overturn on defensive coordinators, you can't narrow down what you want. You can't have Rob Ryan, Monty Kiffin, Rob Marinelli, Chris Richard, Dan Quinn. There is no continuity in the type of players you want to bring in.
So now we're talking an organizational thing.
Yes.
I feel like that's, and all bets off sometimes with this organization. See, because the problem is, like, you drafted Gallimore, but he's a 4-3 player, and you ran a 3-4 last year.
I mean, and it don't stop at
things like that.
Don't stop at drafting either. You brought in Everson Griffin. You brought in Gerald McCoy. It's like
McCoy. I think McCoy. The Everson Griffin. No.
I like McCoy. I was excited about McCoy because I thought we were going to be more 4-3 foots.
Yeah.
When we start getting rolling, it wasn't that 4-3 penetrating scheme.
No.
You had dudes like D. Law standing up, Everson Griffin standing up. Poe did what he was. Poe wasn't there. Just he's done. I feel like he's going to retire out of football. His mind's not there, but he just took up space.
Totally.
And you got McCoy. What did you get McCoy to do? Like nose tackle?
I think the problem with Gerald McCoy was,
like the plan just didn't make sense.
Yeah, the plan. And I'm telling you, that all starts. Somebody super chat here. Nah, super chat. I'm gonna stay. Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from Geno Action.
Shout out to a couple super chats I didn't really get up. Jay the Marine, appreciate the 99-cent super chat. DeMauro Lay for the $4.99, and D Town said with the $5 said after Surtain's pro day, did your opinion change on him? Mine's did. we'll get into that later.
Yeah, well, we got a lot for that for sure.
Yeah. And Dizzy said, do you think Geno Atkins would be a good pickup?
No.
He wouldn't be a bad. Like, that's the thing with us. We're not going to sign somebody to the point where it's going to hurt you financially, right? And if they're not good enough, you should be able to get out of it quickly. So would he be a bad pickup? No. But would he excite me? It would be literally Gerald McCoy all over again.
That's what it. That's where I'm at.
An older DT with injury history at a position you got two young guys.
Yeah, and that's, I guess, to my point. I mean, I guess it's one of those things where it's like when you say plan, again, I didn't understand. Like I'm thinking that you drafted Neville Gallimore to replace Tristan Hill. Now, it may actually work in your favor this year because of some things you could do, especially on passing downs with both of those guys in there. If they're healthy, if you want quicker guys, get up the field, stunt, whatever you want to do. But I agree. We all know second and first down, it's time for the team to get a body in there. But also a body that, like Christian Barmore would be a great pick. I just know Dallas isn't going to pick him.
Where, though?
Where would they draft him?
Yeah.
Where would they? Nah, exactly. They
wouldn't. No, seriously. Oh, my bad, Joe. Where do y'all see? Like,
they wouldn't draft Barmore at 10. This team wouldn't do it.
Oh gosh, no. I wouldn't draft him at 10 either. I'm just legitimately asking you, where would you take him?
Where would I take Barmore?
Yeah.
17 through 23, possibly. I would have to see who's still on the board. See, the good thing about this draft, and I'm gonna tell you this now, all right? Because draft, that's what really gets me going. A lot of good players are gonna get pushed back, buddy. Get ready, all right? You starting to hear things that Mac Jones is gonna creep above some of these quarterbacks. I know.
Hey, chat, how y'all feel about that Mac Jones stuff? I'm not.
Let me tell you something. When Daniel Jones went 3, I knew all bets was off. When did Daniel Jones get drafted? He went something crazy like 3 or 4, dog.
Oh, you know what? That's actually a good example because when Daniel Jones went like 6, I was like, what?
I've been around this draft stuff for a long time.
What the hell is even that?
That was my reaction.
Listen, and now, and you know what? Hey, Rue Glock, let me say this, right? To your point, coaches, I'm telling you, there's coaches in this league that value a quarterback or a player that they know will know exactly what he's supposed to do on every play versus a player who they have to keep reminding, who they have to tell them every read. The one thing that you hear about Mac Jones, but this is the one thing that you hear though. And it could be draft hype, like it could be like you said, media. We talked about this earlier, Sky. Media getting guys drafted.
Yeah, we will talk about that later too.
But all of these guys, all of his receivers are telling you, like they've played with Tua, Hurts, all of them, and they're telling you that Mac Jones is their favorite quarterback. He knows every progression. He knows, and I guess because he's not an athlete, inadvertently it's forced him to be so sharp here and boom, read 1, read 2, get it out. You get what I'm saying?
And I'm not saying
like that type stuff.
I'm not saying my man's gonna be trash. I don't know who's gonna be trash, who's not gonna be trash, right?
Right.
I'm talking top 3, right? That's what we're talking about. Do I view Mac Jones as a top 3 player in this draft? Absolutely not. No. Absolutely not. And you can't mess around at that pick. So I don't believe that these rumors running around that the Niners may be Mac. I think they're just trying to keep whomever away from Justin Fields or Trey or what have you. I think it's going to be Trey or Justin Fields.
Oh, it's definitely rumor season. I think I said the day they made the pick, if you think about from a scheme standpoint, and I don't think it's talked about how smart Trey Lance really is. He set his own protections at North Dakota State. They asked him to do a lot of different things, like they really did. I said as soon as the trade happened that Trey Lance is going to San Francisco. I think that his feet are too good. He's basically he was created, put on this earth to be a rollout quarterback. Like he can do that very well, and that's how San Fran wants to play. They want to play action. I feel like they play action got to be more than 60% of the time. I mean, that's
for sure. That's why I think Fields and Lance would be, oh my goodness, incredible. They'd be incredible. I don't know if they'll be incredible at long term, but as long as they with Kyle Shanahan, you almost got to be so trash to not be at least decent with Kyle Shanahan. Hell, Nick Mullins was putting up decent numbers with that dude. Nick Mullins ain't that good. So
that's my point. That's what the Shanahans do. They know offense. That's what they do.
Hey, last point. We never even got to Jeron Kearse. That signing for the
Let's talk about
him real quick. So let me, because people were confused about this signing. Jeron is a backup. Okay, guys. He's a special teams guy. He played over 300 special team snaps in Minnesota 3 times. 3 out of 4 years in Minnesota, he played over 300 special team snaps. Last year, they went down because he started more games, but when he started more games, he wasn't quite that good. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not really what he is. He's a role player. He's a reserve guy. He can come in and give you some decent snaps as a backup. So I just wanted to clear that up because people were kind of like, oh, man, this guy. One thing, and I don't want to derail it, but one thing, come on, Cowboys fans. We got to do this, all right? Everybody is not signed to be a star. Everybody is not signed to be a starter. So, yes, I want more starters. I want better signings, but these type of signings are necessary. So, that's all I'm saying.
So, Jeron Kearse, I remember following him at Clemson. Just a big player. Like, he's huge.
Yeah.
Doesn't move the best. And he's not like, again, he's not going to stop you from drafting a safety. He shouldn't.
God, no.
All
these deals are one-year deals.
They're all on the cheap. They're all, I wouldn't even say rentals because, you know, I've seen deals, a lot of deals the last couple of years where they're structured for like a 3-year guy, but then you can get out of them after the first year. These are legit 1-year deals. So I think that, you know, it's like you as a team, we know names, but as a team, the truth of the matter is you have to draft, you know, special teams guys. You got to plug your team. You got to get your team right. So that's me.
You good. I was just making sure we didn't have this echo. They said we had a little echo. So you straight now, y'all? Shout out to another super chat.
Super chat.
Jay the Marine, he said for the $1.99 donation, he says, is Caleb your number one corner still after surgery? I'll quickly answer that.
No. We could talk about that some too. But no.
I mean, he was never my number one. Anyway.
He was never my one. And he's actually the corner I have the most questions about, but who has a really good upside if it's right. I think a couple of things with Caleb Farley is you just don't see him play enough press man to really even get a good read on him. You see some things that you can imagine, but at 10, I don't want to imagine. I want to know exactly what the player is. Like exactly what the player is.
If you were taking Caleb at 10, you were taking him based purely off upside and potential. That P word that gets me in trouble, it would have been off of potential. Not because I don't think he was better than the other two, but his traits are super freaky. And let's just talk about it right quick. I found it funny that Adam Schefter reposted, because we already saw Caleb Farley run his makeshift pro day weeks ago. He reposted it out of nowhere, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Out of nowhere today. It was Caleb Farley's 4.28 40. Hey, Schefter,
right.
we know he's fast. Like, what are we doing here? So then I got to thinking, Patrick Surtain crushed his pro day. He's getting all this love. J.C. Horn crushed his pro day, getting all this love. Hell, Eric Stokes ran a ridiculous 40. He was getting all this love. Here, Caleb Farley not able to participate. He got that back injury, the back surgery, what have you, and his stock definitely dropped within Cowboys or within
Cowboys and the
draft community. Draft community.
Yeah.
His stock dropped. So somebody must have got to ESPN and say, "Yo, plug my man." You know how at the club, if you the DJ, I used to be a promoter, so I used to be a host and DJ a little bit. They come up to you. Your boy will come up to you. Yo, slide you, play my dip.
Hey.
You know?
Play this joint, yeah.
Play this joint real quick.
Yeah.
And sometimes like, you know, this ain't that type of party, fam. This ain't that type of party.
I think
somebody said this that type of party. And they played Caleb
Farley. Is guys, like with Farley, I think the problem is like he didn't play this year and you're still hurt. That's not good. Like
3 times.
I don't like
back surgery, ACL. I'm good, man. He ain't. I told y'all on Saturday he ain't on my board in the top 100. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess with it.
And see, this is what scares me with Dallas, right? That you'll get to the second round. Let's say you draft
Prime
whoever.
spot.
That scares me because you'll have Greg Newsome just staring at you like, oh crap, Greg Newsome's there. And what will you do? You'll take Farley. You get what I'm saying? And it's just like, oh no, don't do this. Like, I don't want a guy who I already have
like
questions about injury wise.
Yeah, that's
me.
me.
Was the same thing. It was the same thing with Leighton Vanders. I hate to say it, but you know, he had this is what I want to remind people about. This was part of the reason why, I had Rashaan Evans over LVE. And I liked LVE. And I remember doing that draft show with, Vach and Joe Rod, and I was a Rashaan Evans guy. And Rashaan Evans is playing decent ball. You know what I'm saying? And I remember saying, like, dog, the net.
He's a Trey Edmonds draft too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a freak of a 6'4", 2-something, run fast too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he went earlier to the Bills. I think he was out of our range because I think we were
who we really wanted was the safety.
Yeah.
Derwin James.
We wanted Derwin, and then he kind of So I think the point is, and I see people talking about my guy. It's so crazy, man.
Richie.
How this is coming full circle.
Calm down. I got you. We gonna get there.
That's my guy, man. But anyway, I guess I say that to say, like, circling back to Caleb.
Yeah.
I just you can't, because you're gonna end up like Dallas has no idea what's about to happen with LVE after this year. They don't.
And that's perfect segue after I get into this super chat.
Super chat.
Shout out to you, the Traveling Man Talk Show, with the $4.99 donation. He says, "Who's your group of guys that y'all would get back into the first round for around 20 to 25?" Mind you, by the way, to get back into the 20 to 25 range, you're likely giving up 44, 70 something, and 99. You're to get up that high, you're giving up the rest of your top 100 picks. So I'm for real, bro. I'm not doing that.
Nah, listen. I completely agree.
I'll come up to 40. I'll come up to 38, 37. I'm not coming back to 20 to 25 because I got to give up too much.
So if the one player that I'm going back up for, I'm going to just have to say is Richie Grant. If he starts to get to that close and you start hearing stuff and you just like, I'm just good, I got to have him because I already knocked my first pick out the park. Like, especially if Dallas doesn't go corner one, I could very easily see them getting back up for either one of the corners that they may like or Richie Grant for sure. And I would see the reason why I'm so in love with Grant, because I remember
we like him, but are you want to trade back up? You're going to give up the rest of your top 100.
So here's the reason why.
Need help.
We do.
We need all the help.
Maybe you might be talking me out of it, Scott. The reason why I like Richie Grant so much is because of everything that he can do. Like, and at first I remember coming on, and I remember telling you on this show, I was like, well, the way that they're playing him, I don't know what he is. Then he goes to the Senior Bowl and it's like, okay, I know what he is. You get what I'm saying?
Out.
Yeah. Oh my God, showed out. That's not the question. He changes Richie Grant changes your defense. I feel like that's why I go up. If it's me.
If that's how you feel, then I totally get it. If you feel the player that you're going up with or going up to get changes your defense, all day you do it. All day you do it. But to me, I feel like I can get a safety and Aleem McNeil, or a safety and maybe Marvin Wilson, or a safety and I need a DT, fam. I'm not coming out of the top 100 without a DT. And I feel like I'm giving that up. Now I could maybe go get Tonga, the USC kid, right? There's other DTs you could probably get.
That's my guy.
4 or 5.
I like Tonga.
Three. I'm feeling like 3 foots.
Yeah,
I'm feeling real solid in the third round for a safety.
That's what.
I'm sorry for a defensive tackle in the second round of safety. I'm feeling real good about that. If depending what we do in the first round.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, let me get to a couple of super chats. I think you had one from Miss April Showers.
Super chat.
She says, "If Slater and Pitts are taken, do we trade back or pick DB at 10?" That's actually kind of similar to a mailbag question we got later. But what do you say real quick?
Do you want to hold it, April? Do you want to wait, or do?
Just quick. Yet, do you trade back for a DB? Do you trade back or pick a DB at 10? Just real quick.
Need a trade partner. I'm staying in a pick.
Yeah, I think I would probably stay because the corner should be there.
You set your board, make the pick, April. if you have Horn, we'll talk about this. But if you have Horn as your guy, draft him. Like that's a good problem to have. Trevontae and JC Horn sounds good to me. Let's go.
Super chat.
W Right Side with $2 donation. He said, "Shout out to new media, keep killing old media. 4-letter network is what we talking about. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate it. All right, let's run through this real quick, and then we're gonna take a tiny break. I just want to run through this real quick. Free agency winners and losers, because this was something I was thinking about. I wanted to do after like the first month of free agency, but after the first 3 weeks, we can pretty much agree that the Cowboys probably are not going to do anything crazy. There's a KJ Wright news, which we'll get to after the break. But free agency winners and losers from the Cowboys' perspective. And this is how I'm going to phrase it to you, Foots. We've signed certain players. How did it impact the guys on the team? And same with you in the chat here. Y'all let me know if said player or players are winners or losers in regards to the way the roster is constructed. So let's get into some free agency winners.
You get nothing.
And losers.
You lose. Good day, sir.
Or as my guy says,
Her.
that's my guy right there, Ace Ventura. Real quick though, there's another donation.
Super chat.
D-Town said, "Can you see Jordan Lewis being converted to a safety?" I don't want to do it.
No.
I don't want to do it.
No, I stay away. Stay away. There's a no buy clause right there. Like, I don't want no more conversions. That's not easy to do. And I think that's something that's gotten Dallas in trouble in the past. So no. We don't even have time to talk about it.
Go get a just go get a guy.
Get a safety.
That's what I'm saying.
Want a safety, draft one. Like, that's it.
If we were going to do a convert, for me, it was Cheeto, but that's out the question now. All right, real quick, we'll run through them real fast. So free agency winner or loser, Jalen Smith and LVE. They signed Keanu Neal. They have interest in KJ Wright. Do you look at right now as we're constructed, the linebackers, Jalen Smith and LVE, as winners of this free agency, or are they losers?
They're losers, dog, because I think they're going to draft somebody too. Like, they're losers. I think that LVE has a chance. I think that this team is a year away from moving on from Jalen Smith. I think it was a good story. I think it was heartfelt. But the truth of the matter is, if you got to find reasons to ask yourself if Jalen Smith can play, he can't play. Like, I hate to be this guy, but the game is played in space. When I'm watching the Skins game and I'm watching, the Memphis running back constantly in space, making Jalen Smith look bad, or he just a tick late, or it's just, that's where it is. I mean, I hate to say it, but that's where it is. If you get KJ Wright in here, dog, he's a better player than Jalen Smith. Just he is.
Yeah, that's next. That's after we come out the break. I'm talking about KJ.
And now, I don't call LVE a loser, because if he's right, he's really good. But when his neck is about to fall off, he's playing like his neck is about to fall off.
That's my problem.
That's the problem. That's a big problem too, bro. That's a big problem.
That's why I'm just out on these guys. I'm all the way out, because Jalen, I don't trust him consistently, and then LV, I don't trust his health. And when you bring in a Neal, you're bringing in a safety to convert to Will. Like that. That's kind of drastic, low key. It's not drastic for him because he plays it, but you're taking a safety to play a linebacker position when you got a $12 million a year linebacker and a first-round pick. That should be ringing bells. Like, something's not right. So I agree with a lot of the chat here is saying losers. There's some winners, but I agree with you. I think they're losers in this situation because if they go and draft a guy, it's just a wrap. It's a wrap. They're ready to move on. But it's kind of a loser / to be decided. Because if they bring in another linebacker, it's without a doubt 100% loser. Antoine Woods, is he a loser or a winner with the signing of Brent Urban? And he was given a tender, not really a contract, but it was just Brent Urban really signed to do what he is supposed to do. So winner or loser for Antoine Woods? You too, chat.
I think another loser. We just went over the D tackle room is getting loaded, and you want to draft one, Sky.
Yeah.
So you're gonna push Antoine Woods. I think he could be a training camp casualty. You're gonna push Antoine Woods off a bridge. Unfortunately, I think he was another guy that was fun while it lasted, but just kind of like ready to move on. It's too many times that I watch Antoine Woods. He's very quick off the ball, but he gets washed so much. It's like it's just like you see his size and the strength, lack thereof, start to you see how it's an issue. So I think it's a loser. I think so.
Yeah. As it's constructed right now, I can't call him a winner. I can't fully call him a loser though, because technically, if it's just Brent Urban and Antoine Woods, he's basically what he was over the last couple of years, a rotational one tech, right?
Yeah.
So he's kind of a push at this moment.
You got to upgrade that one tech position.
Oh my
though,
God,
bro.
I absolutely do.
You can't keep throwing. I love Antoine Woods, but no.
So if you go out and go get a Marvin Wilson, a Tyler Shelvin, if he fits, right? We talked about that earlier. A Lee McNeil, a Tonga, one of these DTs, these one techs that are deep, he's an absolute loser as well. So I'll give him a push, but I'm leaning towards loser. Okay, Tristan Hill, Neville Gallimore, winner or loser, chat and Foots. We, again, kind of similar to Woods, but maybe even less. We really only brought in one guy, Watkins, Carlos Watkins, or Randy Watkins, right? I don't think he really going to make this team. I can't see it, man. I just think he's here for a camp body. He'll be one of those cuts that, you know, unless there's injuries, he'll be one of those cuts going into the season. Tape's not that great. Player's not that great. Try hard guy sometimes. I'm just not big on Watkins. So with that said, I have Tristan Hill and Neville Gallimore as winners. Where do you have them?
Winners. I think they're both going to play. I think that again, I just said on passing downs, I would like to see a mix of Tristan and Neville in there. Both quick guys, very quick first steps. I think that you can get those guys in there with Randy on the edge, and you could do some nice stunt stuff. Tyrone Crawford, he just retired, so he's out the mix.
Mm-hmm.
I think that those guys are winners. They have plans for both of those players. Tristan, I was out on Tristan, and he showed me some things before his injury. And then Neville just had a nice, steady year. His first year reminded me a lot of Malik Collins' year when he was right. So I think winners. Like, you're not drafting a 3-tech this year. So
I hope not.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to bring in Atkins. And it sounds crazy because I do want some veterans, right? I do want good players. And Atkins healthy is a good player, but you're talking about a 33-year-old guy with injury issues at 3-tech. He's not a 1.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, so, that's like bringing in not Poe, but that's like bringing in
Gerald McCoy.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. Yeah, Tampa guy. Yeah, I think those guys are winners.
Yeah,
because I think they both can play and they're both young. And hey, you cross that bridge when you get there. Now the LVE Jalen thing is different.
Hey, shout out. We got a Philly fan in the building. We got a Texas fan in the building. Shout out to y'all, man. Mostly everybody in the chat Foots has said that those guys are winners. I agree.
Okay, cool. So we all on the same page.
Yeah, there was a super chat over on your side.
Super chat.
Barry Carey. He says, shout out to you for the $5 donation. He says, if the Cowboys.
Much love to all the super chats, y'all.
Yeah,
straight up.
Y'all killing it tonight, man. And the members, y'all killing it tonight. If the Cowboys get KJ, don't they have to find a way to get him and Keanu on the field at the same time? Got to get your best 11 on the field. We will get to that after this segment. I promise you, we're going to dive into KJ because I got some things to say. This dude need to be on the squad. Last one, Connor Williams, winner or loser? Guard.
I don't know what he is. I just want him on the team, and that's why I want to draft Rashawn Slater. And we'll talk about it. Dog,
no, he wasn't that bad last year.
Connor, it wasn't that bad. He's just not strong, bro.
Listen, I don't know what he is. Just get him out of here.
Connor Williams, there's a bunch of film guys who try to show me film about Connor. I like him. I'm just cool, man. I want McGovern to really just grab hold of that job. For me, I want McGovern to be that guard. I do. Think he's stronger. Think he's more physical.
Oh, did you hear McCarthy? He said there's going to be competition on the interior. I think he's talking. I think he's talking McGovern.
It should be. Dog, McGovern show you some nice stuff. And I like to be honest. Biadasz is going to be a player.
Oh, he's our starting center. That's.
Yeah, Biadasz played great, man. But I'm going to tell you now, understand this. If Slater's there and Tyron Smith is right, the team is winners because you just kick him in the guard and you just push.
That's how I get rid of him.
Push Connor. I like Connor Williams. I always said I said from the moment he got here, dog, he should have been a tackle.
Yeah.
He's
So I'm only
not
laughing.
mean enough to be a guard.
I'm only laughing because you said it don't matter what he is. He's a winner because we didn't bring in a guard.
Yeah, that's true.
A winner right now. If we get the draft day and Panay Sewell or Slater there, he a bona fide.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Let's just say it's what it is, man. All right, before we take this quick break, y'all, make sure if y'all have not hit that like button on both channels, okay? It helps us. It helps us tremendously. And subscribe for sure. Matter of fact, smash the like button. Smash the like button if you want. And subscribe to our channels as well, man. And click the notification bell, y'all. Because, again, we popped on here about, 7:45. We kind of threw that time out there. I did push it. I did promote the show, but I didn't really know what time yet. So hit that bell. That'll let y'all know when we go live and when we have different content dropping. Okay, so we're going to take a quick break. And then we're going to come back and we're going to jump into KJ Wright, get into the mailbag segment real quick. And if Foots is down, we'll open up the phone lines to you guys, man. All right?
I'm here, man. We're going to take a quick break, get some water, use the restroom.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. 1 sec. We are excited to announce a new partnership with our friends over at Symbol. Symbol is the stock market for sports that allows you to trade sports teams like stocks and earn cash payouts when your team wins. Symbol has blended sports and the stock market to offer you a new way to invest and profit off your favorite teams. So use your sports knowledge to buy low, sell high, and earn cash payouts when your team wins. So join the 3,000 plus early adopters who have started to invest in their favorite teams. Visit symbol.app or visit the link in the description to create a free account. And hey, if you're feeling the direction the Cowboys are heading, then go ahead and invest in Sim Cowboys with Symbol. Just make sure you use the promo code DC4L for a $10 deposit to help build your portfolio. And remember, you must be 18 in order to make a deposit. And you're buying sim teams created by Symbol, not by the NFL, MLB, or NBA.
Can we talk about this, though, real quick? And I hate to do this, guy. Is it real, man? I hate getting my hopes up, man. Okay. Yes, I did read that.
Check. Are we good? Can y'all hear me?
They saying we still live, so we good. JP just said it.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, they can't hear me on the screen. The screen acting funky.
Uh-oh.
Still no audio. All right.
You're back, Sky.
Now you're back. Okay, we can hear you. I don't even know what. All right, well, we'll just go back to this screen. All right, so KJ Wright. And this, like I said, man, this ain't about he's going to sign. But should the Cowboys absolutely sign him? Yes. Here's the holdup right now. KJ Wright wants a 2-year deal. Okay? The Cowboys, what have they done? They've given away 7 one-year contracts. The only contract to an outside free agent in Dallas was Terrell Basham. Terrell's like, 26, 27 years old, a little bit younger. It's only a 2-year deal, so it's nothing crazy. So my question to you and to the chat, would you give KJ Wright, 31 years old, a 2-year deal to appease what he wants? Because it's not money I'm hearing about. It's literally just the deal, the 2-year deal. Would you give him that to bring him in? And the other holdup was he was a bit concerned a bit concerned, Foots, about the Neal signing because he wasn't sure where he fit because he played will linebacker his whole life, right? Until last year he moved to Sam, but he can place all three positions. So I'm going to ask you, how would you utilize KJ Wright if he was brought in here with the linebacker room kind of having a shakeup?
So the linebacker room had a shakeup, and I would still sign KJ Wright. With him, that's where the Jalen Smith becomes a loser. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
I hate it, but he's a better player. He's been on good teams. He's gonna be another guy he's not gonna be out of position. He understands what defenses are trying to do. And it's one thing to understand, like all these guys in the league, they understand what defense they're trying to do. It's another thing to actually make the play.
Yeah.
And I think that KJ Wright has been a guy over time that's made the play. And I'm not mad at him for 1 to 2 year deal. And I'm not mad at him for feeling the type of way. I tell you what, KJ Wright, Keanu Neal, and LVE sounds really good. It just does. I think that because they're both physical, Keanu Neal just being extremely physical, but KJ Wright is very physical as well.
Yes, he is.
You bring in LV, now LV just stays in that middle. You put KJ Wright as Sam. I like KJ Wright as Sam, and you play ball. And hey, if you, I would. Jalen Smith would probably be a June 1st cut.
I would. Well, he ain't gonna get cut. That's just that.
You don't see that happening?
Nah. Listen, we just heard our owner call him a cornerstone player. I would definitely have liked to do that. Use the money. Plus, his money's guaranteed. If he was going to get cut, it would have happened before his money became guaranteed on the first league year, first day of league year. So I don't know. What I would do, man, is I would move KJ in the middle. I would, because KJ, he can beat you with his mind. He's not gonna outrun you.
That's what he does
and things like that. He's so smart. He's very disciplined. I put it on Twitter. I said KJ Wright might be the most disciplined player I've studied in free agency this year. Seriously, and he's seen it all. He's good. He's equally as good in the run game as he is in the passing game. So while he may not fit that mold of that 6'1", 6'2", 230-pound speedy linebacker, he makes up for that with his ball IQ. He makes up with that with his experience and low-key a playmaker. Like, only reason why his numbers weren't the same last year is because he moved to the Sam position to allow Will Brooks to play Will because Bruce Irvin got hurt. So I would bring in KJ Wright. If he's willing to play the middle, put him in the middle, have Neal and LVE play that Will spot, and then put Jalen as a Sam where you just telling Jalen, yo, just go get the quarterback and go get the running back. I don't really need you to think.
One assignment, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. I'm not mad. I think KJ Wright is extremely smart. I think one of the best things, his instincts. And I think that word doesn't get used enough in just sports talk.
Yes,
period.
Very instinctual. Great word for him.
Instincts are key, dog. That's what I always bring up with when folks just want to put a corner at safety. Does he have the instincts to play safety? Like safety is the most instinctual position on the football field to me. So like technique and all that's a corner, left tackle. Safety's instincts, dog. Like you gotta have a feel of when. But anyway, linebacker is second. One thing I give Sean Lee, he can knife. He knows when guards are trying to get on him. He's not gonna let it happen. Too many times I've seen Jalen Smith do that. KJ Wright is the same way. Now he's not quite Bobby Wagner-esque because he doesn't have the physical traits, but you're never being stressed with him. So I agree.
He would be the best linebacker on this team. Immediately, as soon as he walks into the, I love watching his tape. I love watching his tape, man. He'd be the best linebacker on this team, y'all. I guess the only worry is his age because he's 31. He'll be 32, but he seems to me like one of those. What's the cat's name from Washington? He played with the Bills, the Rams.
London Fletcher.
London Fletcher. It reminds me of one of those type guys where the older London got, he still was very reliable. So
I feel like London got better as he got older.
So yeah, and I think KJ could probably have another 3 to 4 solid good years in this league because he's smart. Now he got hurt a couple years ago, but for the most part, he's been pretty much a durable player, and he'll bring accountability into that room. He'll bring another aspect, and I know y'all tired of me harping on this, chat. I know y'all tired of me harping on it, but leadership on that defensive side of the ball, we don't have it. We don't have it on that side of the ball. No, I really wanted to bring somebody in on the back end for that as well.
Can I ask you a question, Sky?
Yeah.
Do you think we had too many Garrett guys? Do you think some of those Garrett guys in that hangover hurt our defense and really our team last year?
The Garrett guys. The Garrett regime just I never really listen, the locker room wasn't a bad locker room. It absolutely was not a bad locker room. But when you lose your best leader on your team in Dak Prescott, you saw the effects that it had. You saw the effects. So Garrett guys, not Garrett guys, I think you needed to clean house anyway to bring in guys you wanted. There was definitely there was a holdover of a bunch of those dudes. But I mean, let's be real, we still had talented guys. Nonetheless, you still need to bring in people that are going to come in and shake stuff up. I know it may. We saw what happened when they tried with Ha Ha Clinton-Dix. Not saying he was a leader, but when he spoke up, he got cut. Right. But you need to bring in not just any old veteran guys that have the cachet to say, hey, you guys need to come in on this day and work. You guys need to shut up. You guys need to do this. Or just follow. You don't even got to say all that. Just be a guy that they look up to and follow. Who are we looking up to on defense?
I agree.
Who's coming in with a resume of KJ Wright? Super Bowl champion, Pro Bowler, consistent, good.
So that's why I like Neal. I think Neal, the way his practice habits and the way they see
Neal
him.
low key is
when they see him. That's what I'm saying, bro. When they see him flying around and crunching that practice, you gonna wake your ass up, or you gonna get touched.
Man, fresh.
They're gonna wake up, bro. Trust me on that.
Neal low key. I'm glad you brought up Neal, because Neal low key, from what I read about him in Atlanta, and I didn't talk to a bunch of people in Atlanta, I just read some stuff. They liked him as kind of a leader in that locker room. More of a quiet
they
guy.
loved him. Yeah.
But nonetheless, he was a leader in a different way. It wasn't the rah-rah type, right? It wasn't the Richard Sherman type, the Patrick Peterson. I'm not saying they're rah-rah. I hate to use that. It's like a negative. But it's a different type of leader.
Yeah, absolutely.
Middle power wash said KJ's 100 years old in football years. Midland power wash. I really would advise you to go check out his tape. He don't look like 100 years old.
Nah, KJ can play, bro. I would make that deal. I would give him a 3-year deal with the ability to get out of it in 2.
Give him the same deal you gave McCoy.
That's what I was about to say. I thought that's crazy. I was about to say, you gave McCoy a 3-year. Like, dog, do the exact same thing. If it's an injury clause or whatever, if you need to protect yourself, but get him in here, like, because you're not going to be able, like, if you get wiped out in the draft at linebacker, you're not going to be able to just, let's just.
I am not comfortable with this room, Flex.
What is it, a priority free agent? No, man, like, that stuff's not going to work. And all these camp guys who Cowboys fans get overexcited about. Who was the guy with the hair last year? Like, no,
you might have to rely on him if you miss on it. That's why you need to bring in KJ.
I agree.
Your room is not reliable. And shout out to a couple of them.
Super chat.
I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Y'all know on my channel I butcher. Alaki Trimble. He said, glad to hear you say move Jalen to Sam downhill. Also, if somehow Grant and Bolton are there at 44, of course, hypothetical. Oh, I ain't gonna hold you, man. That's tough, because I'm big on needing to revamp the linebacker room, and Bolton could be my middle linebacker for the future.
So, I when I ranked my linebackers, he was my number 1 linebacker. Like, I had him over. I didn't make JOK wasn't a linebacker for me. He was his own thing. He was an alien. But everybody else, I had him over Zayvon Collins. I had him over Micah Parsons.
I think
if you watch so the thing that Nick Bolton does better than anybody else in this draft, he knows where the play is going and he diagnoses the play better than anybody else in this draft. He doesn't have the physical traits. He's not faster. He's not as big, but he will knock you out.
Yeah, play a football player.
When he the point of contact is like bong. I mean, and he knows where the ball is going. You be hard pressed. I think the one game I gotta refresh, he killed the Alabama game. I want to say maybe it was Auburn. It was one of those teams where the game started off slow, a few counters got him, and then he got himself together. Nick Bolton is out of sight. I also want to say real quick, Sky, shout out to 235 people watching, man. That's dope.
Wow.
We killed this show. Yeah, we're killing it. My channel's doing great.
Got about 500, almost 600 combined. So shout out to y'all, man. Keep sharing this thing to the Cowboys family, friends, and foes, man.
Splitting this up. This was crazy.
Couple more, man. Couple more super chats here. The Traveling Man Talk Show says KJ said you seen his Dolphins tape. So I actually put that on there. So Foots on Twitter, I had put a tweet out there stating that KJ Wright, man, he's very disciplined, one of the most disciplined players and best players out there in free agency right now and all that stuff. And KJ Wright responded to it. He said, have you seen my Dolphins tape? And I said, yeah, I actually got your Dolphins tape chopped up for tonight's show. So if you're watching, KJ, what up? And come on down to Dallas. We need you, man.
Hey, tell him to come on the show. Let's talk. Shoot.
Listen, we work. Listen, y'all know on DCN we working. We trying to get the next couple interviews on here, and we not talking about. We trying to get some interviews for y'all. Just know that we working right now, trying to get some of these players up in here. So stay on the lookout.
Man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all just don't know how dope it is. Because when Sky gets crazy big, he won't forget the little. Sky's a great dude, man. and it's just fun. Bring him on, man. I'm gonna tell you. To be honest with you, KJ Wright. Now, for all those defense, because we need to talk about this too, Sky. Because I know I'm gonna have to talk to some of your commenters about. We already know the pitch.
I know where you're going. I know you're going.
We'll talk, but all my defensive, if you want to fix this defense, bring in KJ Wright. Bringing in Keanu Neal was huge. Bringing in KJ Wright because what he does is he instantly brings cohesiveness. He instantly brings a guy that will fly around. He's not gonna get beat. He knows what teams are trying to do.
It will make me feel a lot more comfortable in that front seven. Even without the amazing defensive tackles, I just know that he can clean up very well because he can diagnose the play very well. And he's really freaking good in coverage, yo. Like, no one talks about this. Like, he can cover his ass off. My man BB, Brian Bradford, he said, are the Cowboys afraid of the WFT, Washington footballs, with the signing of Ryan Fitztragic? Yeah, of course. We know, Brian. We ain't scared. But good signing for them. I don't think it's a bad signing, but I ain't. Yeah,
I'm in DC, man. The Skins. Let me tell y'all something about the Washington football team. I got in a big thing today with somebody about this is what team building, right? Okay, so you draft Chase Young last year, and Chase Young is great. He's great. Chase Young will not win you games in the playoffs, and this is what I tell teams, like us having Dak. And I've given Dak hell at times. I have. Me and Sky have went back and forth. But you have to have your quarterback, whoever it is.
I say this right now.
You have to.
Great player.
Chase Young is not going to win. Like, you saw what happened to Chase Young when he went against that rookie against Tampa Bay. Like, he's not going to throw touchdowns. He's not going to score you points. He's a great player.
I don't understand. I ain't going to say I don't understand because he's a great player. But you definitely had to pick your pick of the litter in regards to the cat in San Diego, the cat in LA, Herbert. And Tua, you had to pick, right? Like, and I don't care. Chase Young could be a Hall of Famer. If Tua, it's not Tua. If Herbert is a 5-time Pro Bowler, right. But we're not gonna go to. I'm gonna go too deep. But if he's a 5-time Pro Bowler, and Chase Young is a Hall of Famer, I'm almost positive you probably will get more value out of Herbert with those 5 Pro Bowls or what have you, and you'll probably be in the playoffs and go deeper than you will with Chase Young. I mean, and they needed a quarterback. Granted, they're not hating the pick. They got a great player, but I just thought they should have won.
It's the J.J. Watt argument.
Yep.
Like,
all right, let's couple more. I don't want to forget Washington. Julian Gonzalez, I'll just give you a yes or no on this.
Super chat.
He says, thoughts on these picks. Patrick Surtain, number 1, Grant, number 2, Cox, number 3, Marvin, number 3, and Shelvin in the 4th round. I like that.
in a perfect world, but
Yeah,
see,
I'd like that.
yeah, you're not getting Jabril Cox in the third round. You can forget
You
that.
probably might. It's gonna be hard pressed to get Shelvin with your compensatory pick.
I was about to say that.
Dallas Greens
Super chat.
He says, "Foots, I'm sorry, had some stuff to do tonight. What all did I miss, man? Hey, I tell all the fans of the channel, run it back. If you missed it, run it back.
Run it back and
Shout out to
share
you,
it,
Dallas.
y'all.
And
share it. Go
yeah.
send the stream around. This is like we probably gonna go for 2 hours.
Yeah,
Send it around, man.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do? Where we at? We're gonna jump real quick into the mailbag segment. Some questions from some of the fans that I dropped a mailbag segment on the other channel, not other channel, in the community. So we're gonna answer about 4 or 5 of these real quick, and then we're gonna open the lines real fast. But at the same time, Foots is gonna give you his top 5 players. In fact, I think I got it up here. His top 5 players for the Cowboys in rounds 1, 2, 3. All right. One more super chat before we get to the mailbag.
Super chat.
Shout out to you, W. Right side. He says Jamar Johnson, Indiana safety, is running up the draft board. I'm gonna get into that quick.
Everybody been going crazy about him.
I'm seeing him in top 100, even top 50. Have y'all studied this guy? If so, what's the hype?
I have.
So
we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I want you to talk about it more than me because I only watched 1 game and a half, and I was like, okay. But the reason why I got popping today is because Marcus Mosier and a couple other people posted
the Ohio State.
It's Ohio State and a couple other things, and he kind of shot up I won't call it the hype train, but he got on it. I mean, he ain't the conductor of it, but he's on the hype train at this moment. So I don't have enough studies to sit here and say yes or no on a guy, but from what I saw, I was like, okay. I guess you could throw his name in the hat in mid-rounds if you want to, if you feel like you can work with him, but you've watched more. So I will let you get to him later because there's actually a question in this. We can maybe, in the mailbag, we can kind of jump into that. Super chats are flying in. They're like, nah, y'all ain't getting to the mail time. Hold on.
Super chat.
Frankie Franchise. Oh, I like that name. Frankie Franchise. Thank you for the $2 donation, man. He says, Cowboys YouTube is the real plug. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you, man. I say it all the time. Reason why I started this, Foots, is because they don't talk about what we really want to hear as diehard Cowboys fans on the big networks. They dangle the big headlines. They dangle the low-hanging fruit in front of you. Dak Prescott contract. Dak Prescott. They dangle all that, but we want to hear the goods. We want to hear the meat and potatoes of our team. And we only really had the Mothership podcast to do that, and they only give you 40 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I would even take it a step further. How many mock drafts are we going to see with us drafting Surtain? It's lazy. I think we came around for fans.
Wait, are you talking about the second question?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm just talking. I'm talking about to your point about that how our community. Yeah, the media. I mean, just how many times is Mel Kiper gonna give Dallas Surtain? Like they don't. And so I'm with you, Sky. We created this. Like, what's so dope to me? Is to see how many casual fans have turned to draft fans. That's awesome to me. And to see how many casual fans have turned to team building fans, because that's all the draft is to me. And like before, like 3 years ago, it was like, oh, okay, you get caught up on a draft 3 weeks before. Now it's like, dog, folks is really doing the homework. That's like, we're talking about Jamar Johnson in the 3rd round 3 weeks before the draft. That's dope to me.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, draft community. Draft community is dope.
Draft community is a special community. I've been with the draft community.
And I don't even consider myself in draft community. I'm be real.
No, you're in. No.
I'm just doing my homework, trying my best to do my homework.
You with us, dog? You can't go nowhere, homie.
Listen, I'm at the door with my ear to it. Like, let me listen to what y'all got to say in here real quick. What y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying? But nah, y'all the truth. A couple more, man. They roll through here. Astro said, much love to y'all. I know he's not here, but Vot's starting to fall for Pitts. It's hilarious. It's still Pitts at 10. Much love to y'all. We're about to get into that in the next joint. And then our guy Vaughn over there said,
super chat. I'm
glad my guy Foots in the car tonight, but is not in the car tonight. But Foots does some of his best work in the car. Your car dips in the morning are the truth. Yeah.
Hey, Sky. I appreciate the hell out of you. I appreciate everybody, man, who stays up with us, man. Like, because listen, the truth of the matter is You got a child. I have a young child.
Yeah.
We got to get our thoughts out when we can. So.
Oh, Howard Floyd dropped somewhere. Is that? I'm not sure that's over yours, but Howard Floyd with the $100 holla over there, man. Shout out to you, Howard Floyd.
Thank you, Howard. I'm gonna have to send you some of that. Whoever it's for, we're gonna show love. Thank you, Howard. You got any questions?
Yeah, he says, shout out to Foots the King and Skywalker. You guys rock, man. That's love, Howard, man. Shout out to you for dropping that $100. That deserves a part, but I can't play certain music because I ain't trying to get you in trouble. But we gonna have to get you.
Hey, Scott, let me talk to my man Frankie franchise.
Yeah.
Foots is slowly growing on me, not gonna lie. Some of his takes during the season calling for Kellen Moore. Oh, now listen, Frankie.
Foots, don't you go on no soliloquy, Foots, on no damn Kellen Moore.
Okay.
No, we're not gonna let you do it, But you can talk about Frankie right quick.
Frankie?
Yeah.
Frank, my guy Frank. Frankie. Listen, I'm glad I'm growing on you, homie. I just call it how I see it. We can't run a reverse going into 20. I'm done. Is that good, Sky? Frankie, I'm glad I'm growing on you, big dog.
Respect. You ever done.
Respect, Frank. Respect, Frankie.
I respect him too because a lot of people, and that's the thing about us, right? And I don't mean to go on a tangent either. Everybody ain't gonna feel you, especially at first. You know what I'm saying? They might not like the way you say things or what you say or how you say it or your opinions or your takes. But I think the more you rock with us, you'll see, oh, man, I can disagree with these dudes and still kick it. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of this.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of this. All right. I think that is the last one. And let's get into this mail.
You've got mail.
Yeah. All right, man. First question comes from my guy, NME Michael. He says, with free agency approaching week 3, and Dallas approaching, can y'all hear me, by the way? Make sure y'all give me a thumbs up if y'all can hear me. And Dallas approaching the draft, what would be a red flag indication that Dallas is repeating a downward trend in talent evaluation? I know. I love that question. That's why I'll put it up
That
here.
is a good question.
I love that question.
Wow. Can I go?
Yeah, go
ahead. Size metrics.
Thank you, guys.
That's it right there. If you taking the player off your board, meaning that you don't have Elijah Molden, if you're not a fan of Elijah Molden because of the size,
that's a great answer.
That's a mistake. It's a mistake. It's a mistake that they made with Budda Baker, and I won't forgive the Cowboys. It's a mistake they made with Taylor Rapp, and of course, Vach always gives me, Taylor Rapp isn't a starter or whatever, but I think Taylor Rapp will be a starter on this team. I think that the Cowboys have done that time and time again. If you like Asante Samuel Jr., draft him. Have a plan. Don't look at his size because we've done that with players like, what's the kid, Pat Watkins, or that they look great walking through the door. They have this great frame and they're huge and all that. They can't play ball. So I think to me, that's the size metric at the DB position, I would say.
That's a great answer, man. I don't think I could top that answer. I was going to say, guys, can I put this? Defensive tackle. The non-urgency at the defensive tackle position would show me is a red flag indication that Dallas is repeating a downward trend in talent evaluation. And Brent Urban is cool. All right, he cool. but I'm still seeing that same trend, right? Am I mistaken here? I don't see us taking the position as serious. Whereas at the very least, I see us trying at safety, right? Go get Kazee. Kearse, I don't think is really going to do anything for you for safety for real, but at the very least, they shook up that entire room, right? They shook that entire room up. But I would think that there's a red flag if we get 3-4 weeks into free agency and go into the draft and we're rolling out Carlos Watkins and Brent Urban as our defensive tackle signings. So that will make me nervous.
I think you are in that community that is on the table for DT, and you should be. I just think that.
I mean, what successful defense is rocking with Jags at DT across the board?
I agree. I agree.
That's all I'm saying.
I can't lie to you, Scott. I mean, I would even say, to be honest, push up front is more important than back end play.
That's correct. Hey, yo, I'll lie to y'all not. Foots did not see these questions. And you hear what he just said? push up front is more what than the back?
Than the back end play.
Right.
For sure.
So the next question comes from Robert Bamford. He says, are the Cowboys building the back from the back up? He says depth, free safety, linebacker, KJ Wright, God willing. Next has to be a starting caliber cornerback or one tech. So Robert is saying, are we building this team from the back end to the front end? With Neal being signed, possible KJ Wright, interest, KZ, and he thinks a cornerback.
There's a couple ways this works. Historically, Sky. You have the Giants who had an amazing D-line, and you don't remember anybody in that secondary. Or you have the Legion of Boom who had a talented ass secondary, and you don't remember anybody in that D-line.
Don't disrespect that front seven though. I ain't gonna let you do it.
Okay.
Front
you
seven.
get my point, Scott.
I know. But I had to call you.
So I say that to say,
I don't think
if it's me, okay. Here we go.
He's asking, are the Cowboys? Are we building from the back up though? Is that what the Cowboys are doing right now, Foots?
I would say yes. If you want to say, if you like, the tea leaves are pointing to, if we're wiped out, we're drafting Surtain or probably Horn. I don't know the feel that Dallas has on Horn, man. I'm praying that it's a good one. But when I start hearing this BS about, I told you this on the stream, the super stream, about grabby and all that, I just don't like it because, yeah, he's grabby, but like he's also trying to make I don't know. I think
so. To answer Robert's question, I don't feel like they're building anything. I don't feel like we're building from the back, because if we were building from the back, right, like it looks like that because we signed safeties, I guess potential linebackers here with Neal. If we were truly building from the back to the front, you would have went out and got, or tried your damn hardest to go get the top safety. You would have went out and got a legitimate corner, right? You would have signed a number 1 or number 2 bona fide corner, and then the Keanu Neal up would make sense. So I feel like we're just kind of starting to lay the bricks to doing what we want to do. But I don't think we're building at all right now in regards to the defense. I just think we're trying to get players in here that we can get on the cheap for Dan Quinn. Now, after the draft, I'll know more, right? Like if we go and get Patrick Surtain in the first round and a Richie Grant in the second round, we're building from the back.
We're building from the back, yeah.
We're building from the back. Is that fair? All right, question number 3. For my guy MD Andrews, he says, where would you like to see us go at 10 in the situation that Surtain and Pitts are both gone? Surtain and Pitts off the board. Where would you like to see us go?
Surtain and Pitts off the board. Is Rashawn Slater there?
He doesn't say, but that's one of the answers I would.
If Rashawn Slater's there, listen. Understand this. I would draft Rashawn Slater over everybody but Kyle Pitts. So that's just. I know how much we need corner. I know we need all that, but I just paid Dak Prescott a bunch of money. I have a left tackle that's not healthy. I'm going to draft Rashawn Slater over every player except Kyle Pitts.
I'm with you. I have Slater,
and that's it. That's as easy as it gets for me. Watching these guys,
if he's there, and then
his pro day was the best pro day I've seen from a left tackle since Tyron Smith, and he's not muscular and all that, but it's the damn movement.
He got his baby body. he ain't getting grown man body yet.
Guy. I love bigs that move well because you can't coach it. That the footwork is where these guys, you saw with Terrence Steele, he's not even out of his stance, and DNs are around him. That you can't, and that's just something that you can't coach. Is you have it or you don't. Rashawn Slater's his change of direction, his 3-cone. I didn't even care about the time. I was looking at how fluid his hips were.
Yeah.
For him to be that big, I was like, wow. Like you could do some counter trade with this guy. I mean, seriously.
I think it's very possible Slater's there if you got Pitts and Surtain going in front of you. Horn won't go that high, but yeah, I think it goes Slater. Horn, my guy, the lunatic said Sewell, right? Like if Sewell drops that far, he's up there as well. But yeah, I'm with you, man. I think Slater will give you the best value. And I know Horn lovers, I know y'all gonna be upset if they pass on him, but get your corner in the second round.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's. Yeah. Shout out to, who was it here? I thought I saw it there. Cowboys Cowboy 615.
Super chat.
He said, shout out to Skywalker and Foots. You guys almost made me cut off my cable. I do not even watch the main channels. Much love, Cowboys father. Man, much love to you, brother. Appreciate the donation, man.
Hey, thank you everybody who donated tonight, y'all. Seriously, like me, we not going nowhere, bro. I'm not tired. Let's go.
Rock.
Straight up.
Hey, Foots, let me tell you something. They know here on this channel, we go. we absolutely can go and go. And we still got a one more segment after this mail segment that I think you guys will enjoy. And we'll open up the lines as well. Okay, next question comes from Sling YT. I'm getting a slight echo. He says, do you think the Cowboys should go after a veteran cornerback? That's easy. Yes. Absolutely. I mean, I've been calling for this, as you guys know, as you know, Sling, for us to get a veteran cornerback as soon as the season ended. I think it's very important. B-Mac talked about it. Darius Butler talked about it. You have to have a veteran in that back end to help these young guys grow, because we don't have that, and we're going to continue to have the blind leading the blind. And I know y'all don't want Richard Sherman, but I think he would at the very least come in here and be able to be a gap filler, a quality one.
I'm not mad at Richard Sherman as like a player coach.
I'm not trying to bring Richard in here to be Richard of 2012. I'm bringing in Richard in here because if I don't bring somebody like him in here, you're going into the draft literally pigeonholing yourself. Who's our boundary cornerback right now, Foots? And it ain't got to be Richard. It could be A.J. Boye, although I think he's kind of declining. I'm going to be honest with you.
I like Casey Hayward.
Hayward, yes, Casey Hayward. And honestly, Boye probably will be down the list. I just thought about it. I went and looked. He's declining a little bit, y'all. He's declining.
I like Casey Hayward myself. I think that he's played in a lot of different schemes. I wonder if McCarthy had him in when he was with the Packers.
He did.
So that'd be something to watch and just see. I don't know what their relationship is like.
Ron said he loves Slater. I would go Jenkins too.
Yeah.
Janoris Jenkins, Jackrabbit. I mean, you got to get a veteran in here that you can line up tomorrow and be cool with. Y'all cool with lining up Aaron? Y'all cool with lining up Anthony Brown on the boundary?
I want him in the slot. I want Diggs on the boundary, and I want
right now.
We need to get another guy.
Right now, it's either Anthony Brown or Jordan Lewis on the boundary, y'all.
And I don't want to see that either. I like Jordan Lewis in the nickel in certain situations, but I'm with you.
I ain't with it, man. All right, last question that will actually get us to segue a little bit comes from Jack. He says, Dallas has been successful at finding players among the undrafted free agents. How deep is this draft class? This one was specifically for you. How deep is this draft class, and will the scouting restrictions help or hurt Dallas? Scouting restrictions are real. Jenkins went to the Titans then.
I saw that too. Yeah, I saw that. I actually heard it on NFL Network earlier. He was hanging around for a while. So that's a great question. What a scouting restriction. So,
I think the scouting restrictions definitely are going to hurt. Because you couldn't get your scouts on campus during the season for real. You really couldn't. So now you're kind of trying to play catch up. But the part
you're going. This is you better watch good film, man. Like
that's why those players that didn't play in 2020.
That's the thing about Parsons. I mean, not Parsons. Caleb Farley.
Yeah. If you ain't stupid talented, it's gonna be rough. How deep is this draft class?
I think this draft class is extremely deep. I think this is like this year's receivers class. Man, I wish we needed a receiver because this year's receivers class is just as good as last year's, like possibly better. I was having an argument with a buddy today, and I was telling him, man, like there's no like I love Jamar. Like Jamar Chase is my one. And it's not even close. But I was telling him like he was like, well, the Bengals shouldn't they get Jamar Chase? I was like, no, are you nuts? They better draft Penny Sewell because the difference is. Like the difference between Jamar Chase and Rondale Moore or Rashad Bateman is here.
It's smaller than the difference.
Yeah, the difference between Penny Sewell and Rashawn Slater versus some of those guys in the Alabama kid, a few of those Northwestern kid, and I love the Northwestern kid.
Just go look at if you're the Bengals, go look at your IR.
I mean, not Northwestern, Northern Iowa. Yeah, but
go look at your IR and who was sitting over there and why.
Your
quarterback is injured because you couldn't protect him. So yeah, that's a tough one.
Don't get cute. Don't get cute when it comes to that pick. A lot of these picks.
So
that's why, yeah.
So all right, we're gonna end the mail time segment. Let me know
You've got mail.
if you guys enjoyed that. We'll kind of keep that rolling throughout the program. We'll see if we can keep that rocking. Real quick, my man Jay Jones says, why do we need a veteran? Quinn didn't use veterans he drafted and groomed. The reason why we need a veteran, Jay, do you trust, once again, a rookie, Diggs, Anthony Brown, Jordan Lewis, and the front we have? It'd be one thing if we had the Bucks front, JPP, Shaq Barrett, Vita Vea, Golston, right? Beast, Levante David, who's the other cat? Devin White, where they're going to protect you back in. And you can roll with, some unknowns back there and rookies. I don't feel comfortable back there with puppies that's still grooming, that don't know, that wet behind the ear, breath smell like Similac. I'm not feeling that right now. We need a guy in here that can help these guys. That's just me. I'm not comfortable with it. Now, I'm not saying it don't have to be Richard, but it got to be somebody that can get in here and give you some quality snaps while your young guys are continuing to groom. Or, Jay, we'll just continue this wheelhouse where we're going to play. You know what? We don't want to bring in veteran guys in free agency, even if we got to pay them 3 years. We want to keep doing these 1-year deals, draft these young guys, and all you got is young guys in there learning from young guys. That's literally what Dallas does. They don't go out and sign a guy who's been in the league 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years that's successful, sign him to multiple-year deals, keep them on the team, let them help this team grow, help the young guys grow. They say, we'll draft a bridge player who's a Jag, and we'll sign a bridge player who's a Jag, draft a young guy, and then we'll let go of the other dude and let these young guys learn from each other. That's stupid to me.
Yeah, I agree.
And you end up with Xavier Woods, Anthony Brown, Jordan Lewis, and Cheetah Bear Woozier as your secondary.
Yeah. See, the problem with the draft and develop thing is this right here. Those guys got it, the second part, the develop part. Like, those guys got to at some point become.
And if they don't,
players.
Don't get somebody.
Yeah. I think so I would say this too. Cheeto, man, I just had higher hopes for Cheeto. And you saw Flash, it went quick. It seemed like we just drafted him.
Cheeto?
Yeah, it went quick with that guy.
That whole group, really.
That whole group, bro. And I don't know.
I think after about year 3, you saw, all right, man, this group ain't it. This group ain't it. This year you had the opportunity to go get a couple. And when I say veteran, it don't got to be 10 years, right? A veteran is technically what Cheeto was.
Man, I wanted us to get Bradbury last year.
Bradbury, I wanted Bradbury too. We talked about Bradbury last year on my free agency primer. Bradbury was a guy that's a veteran. That's a quality, good veteran, up and coming guy. Michael Davis is an up and coming guy.
Yeah.
Mike Hilton's another up and coming guy. William Jackson the third. Like, these guys are good quality guys who've been in the league 4 or 5 years. You could have paid, man, and not had to worry about drafting a corner in the first round. But neither here nor there. Here nor there. All right, man, let's get into I'm calling this the foot segment, okay? The foot segment, our final segment of the night. But before we do that, guys, I'm going to hit y'all with this one last commercial break sponsored by our guys over at Symbol. And when we come back, we're going to end the show with top 5 prospects in each round, 1, 2, and 3 by foots. We are excited to announce a new partnership with our friends over at Symbol. Symbol is the stock market for sports that allows you to trade sports teams like stocks and earn cash payouts when your team wins. Symbol has blended sports and the stock market to offer you a new way to invest and profit off your favorite teams. So use your sports knowledge to buy low, sell high, and earn cash payouts when your team wins. So join the 3,000 plus early adopters who have started to invest in their favorite teams. Visit symbol.app or visit the link in the description to create a free account. And hey, if you're feeling the direction the Cowboys are heading, then go ahead and invest in Sim Cowboys with Symbol. Just make sure you use the promo code DC4L for a $10 deposit to help build your portfolio. And remember, you must be 18 in order to make a deposit. And you're buying sim teams created by Sim Bull, not by the NFL, MLB, or NBA. All right, man, we are back, and we're about to dive into this draft. In fact, Foots, do you want me to open the lines? What you thinking?
Hey, let's talk real quick. I want to give a shout out to my head coach. I called a plays for my team, my youth football team, and he's watching the show tonight. That's my man, Coach
Shout
Jay.
out, Coach.
Shout out to everybody also in the DMV who shows love, man. This Cowboy stuff, man. It's just cool. It's really cool to see, like you said, how the draft has just become, how it's just grown legs. Like it's grown legs. He's an Alabama fan, so it's crazy. When I went on my he Alabama threw it. Like when I want Alabama Nuggets, I'm like, AJ, and let me tell you, he is an Alabama fan. I'm like, AJ, where did he go to school at? What do you think about him? He was the one who really told me, like, I know everybody loves Devonta Smith, but you need to catch up on Waddle.
Ooh,
Waddle.
Oh, you know what? I forgot about that's the other name. And I saw your list.
Yeah.
It wasn't on that. But nonetheless, damn, that's another one. Waddle. That's another one at 10, y'all. If Slater's not there, Penei Sewell, I wouldn't mind taking Waddle if you don't want to take a cornerback.
Yeah. Ooh, you bring in Waddle. So Waddle was so good. Waddle was so good.
They would hate me if they would. People would literally probably be pissed if we took a wide receiver at 10. I just think Waddle is this. Woo boy. He electrifying.
Oh, shout out to the DMV. Hey, the DMV showed up. What's up, y'all? Everybody in the DMV.
Hey, we got Harrisburg in the building too.
Man. Harrisburg, PA. What's up, y'all? What's up, man? Talk to us nice.
Yeah. You want me to open them up for a little bit and see what happens?
Man, let's go. Let's talk.
All right. So you start off with your round 1, top 5 guys in round 1. I'm gonna go ahead and put this number up here and open up the lines for us. All right.
For the Cowboys, our round 1, top 5. So, and guys, keep in mind, what I don't do as an evaluator is window dress. I love that term. I don't put makeup on our board. And so maybe we could, no. You have to grade the best player, not best player for your team, the best player that makes sense and would possibly be there in the whole 9. So what I did was I did it like that. So number 1 is Kyle Pitts. And I know this argument is getting really, really spicy around the Cowboys. Like it's getting really Cowboys fans. There's some Cowboys fans who don't want to talk about Kyle Pitts at all. I'm just like, you guys gotta stop this because you're gonna get your feelings hurt. Kyle Pitts, Rashawn Slater, J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain. Then I have Joker at 5.
I'm writing this down. Pitts, Slater,
Horn, Surtain, Joker at 5. And
honorable mention Waddle.
Let's put Waddle in there as
messing
honorable
with
mention. You can even put Nick Bolton in there. I would trade back and draft Nick Bolton. If I could get another 2nd round pick, I would draft Nick Bolton tomorrow.
I'm not trading up for Nick Bolton. I know what? That's wrong. I make me sound like he's not good. I'm not trying to say that. I'm just saying I can stay put and give me a backer in 2nd round, 3rd, whatever the hell you want to get a backer. But if you believe Nick Bolton come in and change the defense, like you said about Richie Grant, then yeah, you trade up.
That's fair.
I still think that he might be a 2nd round guy though. I thought you might be able to get him at 36 or something.
You're not getting Nick Bolton at 36.
You not?
Nah.
So you got Parsons, JOK, Nick Bolton as your round 1 guys.
No, I don't have. So
you got Parsons in round 1?
Not for me. People have Parsons.
I'm not saying on our board. I'm just saying in general.
Oh, you're talking about my linebackers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh, no. I have Zaven Collins over Parsons.
Oh, there's another one. Zaven. Oh, damn.
Yeah. Because Zaven Collins fits the NFL game a little better than Parsons. All I've seen, Parsons look great in the pro day, but I'm not going to. These pro days
the pro day.
I know.
I mean, he played well in college.
Parsons? Yeah. Parsons played well. The problem with Parsons, I didn't like the way Penn State used him. They just used him playing forward all game.
I think because he was an athlete.
Yeah.
He was an athlete coming out. He could have used 2020. I think really that's the thing that hurt him. He didn't play in 2020, so people don't have extra tape to say, hey, did he progress diagnosing plays? Did he progress as a I call it green dot guy, my linebacker that can come out, call the plays, see where it's going, hit it and go like Nick Bolton, right?
Right.
And they utilize him more as a rusher moving forward. It is what it is. So that's something that he's going to have to carry in the NFL and prove to people, which that's fine. The dude's been trying to prove stuff his whole career, and he has. So I think he's going to be a good player for somebody. Maybe not Dallas, but I listen. If we got him, I'm not going to complain. I don't like our linebackers.
Oh no,
I don't like our linebackers, fam. So, but I know a lot of people will be pissed if we take an off-ball linebacker at 10.
I agree.
All right, let's go ahead and get to a call right quick, and then we'll get into your round twos and see what they got to say. The Lunatic, what up, bro? Oh, come on in, Foots.
Okay.
The Lunatic, you there, brother?
Hey, Sky, Foots, how you doing? Have a great evening. ¿Cómo están, Cowboys Nation?
What's up, brother?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sky. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Foots, can you hear everything?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, just mute your in the studio.
Okay, hold on.
All right, go ahead, Lunatic, man. Appreciate you calling in, bro, as always, man. What's up with you?
First of all, this show is fire, just like Saturdays. I encourage everybody in the chat, if you did not see the stream with Jeff Kavanaugh, Vach, Foots, and Sky on Saturday, go look it up. It is worth your time. Great nuggets in there, just like tonight. I've got a couple of questions, though. It starts with the run. 5.5 yards given up a rush last year, so we need a DT. It doesn't look like we're going to sign somebody else in free agency, but here's my thing. I think Barmore, McNeil, and Wilson are going to be gone by the time we get there in the third. So give me those names that we should look out for the Cowboys. 3 names for DTs that you would feel, hey, if Cowboys drafted this, that improves our interior defensive line.
So you're saying no Wilson, no McNeil, no Barmore. You still there, Lunatic? I think.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking we're going to go interior D-line around the third round, and they're going to be gone by then, I think.
So, Lunatic, thanks for calling. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So, what does Davion Nixon do for you? Here's the thing.
You're a little bit lower, but you might have to speak more to the mic.
Let me. Okay. You got me a little bit better, Lunatic?
Yeah, you better there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I like Davion Nixon out of Iowa. If you hope he slides, the thing is he's kind of that 3-tech-ish. It sounds like you want a 1-tech.
Yeah, I'm not
yes, sir.
feeling.
I'm looking at 1-tech.
Yeah,
I'm looking
not
at
feeling
specifically
3-tech.
1-tech.
I told you, my guy's Tonga. Like, if I can get Tonga in the 4th round, I'm happy as hell, Foots.
Well, then you go Marvin Wilson. I mean, I think Marvin Wilson is the name.
I'm with you too.
He's the name. He's the name. If you wanna plug her, but you gotta understand this, Lunatic. We gotta know this team. How they don't value that position, unfortunately. And it sucks. But Wilson, if you want the names, Tonga, Wilson is the name to watch. Jordan Davis, what does he do for you out of Georgia? Another plugger.
Oh, no, he ain't coming out. Trust and believe me, if he was out,
oh, that's right, he's not
I
coming out
would
this
be
year.
all in
Dang,
on Jordan
that's
Davis.
Right. Jordan Davis isn't coming out this year. Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Tyler Shelvin?
Oh yeah, Shelvin's another one. Shelvin, I think.
What does Shelvin do for you, Lunatic? Check him out. Those are those type guys that now the thing is they don't give you much in the passing game as far as pass rushers. But like you said, I'm all about stopping a run. That's how I feel with my DN has to be able to stop the run. So I want to keep that same mantra, especially for my D tackles and my 1-tech. So those are the 2 names, Shelvin and let's go Marvin Wilson. Those are the names.
Well, I think Marvin Wilson has that it factor. I mean, I'm starting to like him more than McNeil, but again, I think teams are going to fall in love with him. But I would love Tyler Shelvin. Give me that 2-down run stopper get us in third down and long, and let our DNs work. Now, here's the other question, and I know on Saturday's show this brought up conversation between you and Voch where you kind of said, Kelvin Joseph, I think we're going to go BPA in 10. That might be offensive player. So I'm thinking second round we might have to go cornerback, and I don't know if teams are going to want to risk that on Joseph. He might be there for us. What do you think about that in Dallas?
That is a great question. Kelvin Joseph in Dallas. Scares the hell out of me, but I would probably draft him because the upside is too good.
They ain't scared of that.
I'm not touching him in the first round though. So that's just me. But that's the second round is the Cowboys round to do just that, right? Right, Sky? Like that's their chance round. They took a chance on Randy Gregory. They would take a chance on Kelvin Joseph in the second round, and I would do it. I mean, to be honest with you, if we're being completely honest, he probably has the cleanest tape at times. I don't like him all the time as a tackler, but if you're talking about hip fluidity, if you're talking about turn and run, he's probably better, for lack of a better word, than Surtain and J.C. Horn. But that's not all that there is to playing corner, and I got to know that he's going to be clean off the field because that's an issue that the Cowboys have had. So it's not something that we can just erase. So that's kind of like my answer for that. I would take a chance on Kelvin Joseph in the second round.
If Kelvin is there at 44 and you don't take a cornerback in the first round, I mean, I think he's better than your Tyson Campbell's, your Eric Stokes, Asante Samuel Jr. Maybe you could battle that out, but I like him better on the boundary in regards to Kelvin. I'm a big fan of Eric Moulton, but I think in that second round of those second round clusters, if Kelvin's there at 44 and you don't take a cornerback, that's got to be your guy. That's got to be your guy. You know, Jay talked about it. Hey, build with the young guys. This is the way to do it then. Give me another dog. And he's a dog. And again, I like Moulton. I think Moulton's a dog, but he's more of a safety and more of a nickel. And Asante, he can play outside. He got some dog in him too, but I think Kelvin Joseph is a better player. So I would take him at 44, Lunatic.
I agree.
We had a chaperone for Dez. I'm thinking we can get one for him. Keep him from throwing that Whataburger at Mike McCarthy. He's got that talent. I would risk it also there.
You know, go sign Rich Sherman and got you.
Yeah.
Here's my final question. Like I said, we got 10 picks. There is no way we are picking 10 players. 6th round, those 2 picks, the 7th round, maybe even the 5th. I'm moving them up and trying to move up and not go past the 4th round. What do you think about that?
I'm all with that. I'm with that. You got 10 picks, 11 picks, whatever it is. They're not all gonna play. That's why I said I'm not trying to trade no damn Michael Gallup for no picks. For what? You got him. You got 5 top 100 picks, right? A 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. I don't need 7 top 100 picks in this draft. I'm good. So yeah, use some of those to move up in the second. That's why when we talked about moving up, Foots, I would rather move up in the second than move up into the first because it won't cost me as much.
I completely agree. And the thing is, so if there's a round that I'm climbing back up, it's the second. Unless somebody starts to fall a little bit, like, okay, let's say one of those let's say you're in love with D-tackle. Let's say you get your offensive guy first because they're gonna go BPA. Mm-hmm. We saw it last year with the receiver. They're gonna go BPA. So the fan base is super happy, and then maybe in the second round you come back and get your corner. If you're really, really high on one of these 3 techs, you could package something to get back up into the 3rd that can get you what you want.
Yep. Now we talking. Just go ahead and switch that cam when you get a chance, bro.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Now we talking. Coming back up to get a Liam McNeil or Marvin Wilson. Y'all could do that in the 3rd, Lunatic. Well, appreciate you, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. That's my final question. Again, get rid of those letter networks. Dallas Cowboys Network, Cowboys Nation TV, Sky, Foots, Sosa. This is where you get your insights. This is where we get ready for the draft. This is where we can say, hey, if I were Steven, of course I'd spend more money than goddamn cheap Steven. This is where we get that coverage. I appreciate it. Everybody in the chat, share this content, like, subscribe, and check out the membership. This is where you get the knowledge for Cowboys Nation. Have a great one, and remember, puro pinche Cowboys.
Love when he went out with that. All right, man. Appreciate you, Lunatic. We'll get Foots.
That was fire.
I think Foots is fit. Foots is still here, y'all. We just getting the camera situation, man. But shout out to you, the Lunatic. He always come with the fire, man. One of our great members of the channel.
You got some good ones, man. Got some. Yeah. I don't want to go nowhere this week. Let's go, man.
All right, let's get to the next call. Oh, we had a super chat, man. Let me find it. Looks like it was Joshua.
Super chat.
Yo, Josh always dropped the donations as well, man. Great subscriber and supporter. He says, I appreciate y'all keeping me entertained while I'm on the barbecue grill tonight. Salute. Hey, man, what you making, Josh? Making me hungry, man. Okay, let's get to the next caller. 443. What up? What it is? What it do?
Hello.
Yes, sir. You in?
What's up, Sky?
What up? Who this?
This Chris from Twitter. I'll be hitting you up a couple of times, man.
Hey, what's good? It's good to hear you, man. I talk to a lot of people on Twitter, right? But I don't get to talk to them on the phone. So it's good to hear your voice and put a voice to the Twitter name.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Like I be hitting you on Twitter with them long paragraphs. That's me.
It's all good. What's up with you, man? What's on your mind?
Oh, man, look. Can they please get KJ Wright in here to shake up the linebacker room? Because, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I'm pushing. I'm advocating, man, for KJ Wright. Like y'all know, get me a damn veteran in here, dog, at one of these positions that can be utilized, some quality position, a quality player at one of these positions, and KJ is one of them, man. He is. Uh-oh.
And then on top of that, man, they need to get Sherman in here too, man. Like for real, the man has Super Bowl pedigree. The man has been a Pro Bowler, has been up there in the conversation, top 5 ever since he's been in the league with Pat P. You know what I'm saying? The likes of them. I'm like, bro, he know what he's doing, bro. He has a Stanford degree. The man knows what he's doing at corner, bro. Even though he's not the foot speed dude that he used to be, where he just straight savage and talking trash, man, and getting all of the
I think he'd be phenomenal for a Patrick Surtain if you get him. Honestly, Richard Sherman might be on the market till after the draft. The way this is going.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Because like I've been looking at the only person that we might get that makes a lot of sense though, because he worked with them. The next two that work with them is my boy Haywood and then Sherman, because they both were with Joe Witt Jr. and then the other one was with Dan Quinn.
Yep. Bro, I'd probably go Hayward 1 and Richard Sherman after that somewhere.
Hey, thanks for calling, bro. I would love to have Hayward as well. He's the one for me.
Because you got to think about it. Hayward's best year was in Green Bay with Junior, with Mike McCarthy, with Aaron Rodgers having Devontae Adams and no receivers at that time. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, I would do it in a heartbeat. Trust.
Absolutely. All right, brother. I'm going to go ahead and get to some more of these calls in the chat, man. I appreciate you calling in, man. You got
Almost definitely.
I always open up the lines on my show, so make sure you call in some more, man.
Okay, I will.
Appreciate you, brother. Peace.
All right.
Got some good calls here. My man Joseph Cologne said, Cowboys fans make me laugh with the defensive talk. And he lists D-Law, Gregory, Jalen Diggs, Hill, LVE, Gallimore, Jordan. We have invested in the draft. So are people in the chat saying we don't invest in defense in the draft? We definitely invest in defense in the draft. Do we hit? Not really. I mean, we got some, it's not tragic. The tragic ones were Taco, right? Kind of Christian Hill. And who's the one?
I think Tristan has a chance to turn things around.
Yeah, that's why I hate to use the word tragic with Tristan. It's still early. But Mo Claiborne, you can kind of say that was tragic.
Claiborne was tragic.
Yeah.
Claiborne was tragic for sure.
I think we absolutely invest, Joseph, in the draft. I'm not to me, it's not the draft I'm worried about in regards to investing. Now, do we invest at safety and defensive tackle in the draft? Not really. We usually go, the highest we went in regards to DT has been, Hill in a second, and really that was a super reach. But we don't invest in certain positions, but yes, we do invest in defense in the draft. We don't in free agency, and I think we need to.
I agree.
We got 609. What's up, 609? What it is, what it do?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
up, homie?
How you doing, Fritz? How you doing, Scott? How y'all doing?
We good,
up,
man.
man?
Just enjoying this show, man. We killing
Thanks
it.
for calling in.
I'm enjoying it too. I talk with my tongue, so if you need me to repeat anything or to enunciate it clearly, I got you. I have no problem doing it.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Now, real quick, Fritz, I know you want to trade up for Richie Grant. I think the key to this draft is Michael Gallup, in my opinion.
Ooh.
I think if the quarterback – hold on, my bad, hold on. I think if the quarterbacks fall the way we want them to fall and we're able to get Pitts or Waddle, I think we should get Pitts or Waddle. I like Gallup, but Gallup is a jack of all trades but a master at none, in my opinion. So Gallup is our deep threat. He's our jump ball guy. But he's not great at either or. He's good at it. I think Waddle is great at being a deep threat. I think Pitts is great at being a jump ball guy in that way, you know.
Yeah,
I got more points, but I want to let y'all respond.
I love that. I
no,
love your first point.
Hey, look, hey, you was talking. Hey, you was spitting that fire. I was gonna say, hey, keep going.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Here's the deal. No, but you know what? We'll go ahead and hit it for you. So here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Kyle Pitts is a better player than Michael Gallup. So
I agree.
I think what people gotta understand is this. Don't let your need be the reason why you don't draft a great player.
Mm-hmm.
And see, what happens is Kyle Pitts is a better player than J.C. Horn. He's a better player. He's a better player than Surtain. He's beat both of them. Matter of fact, if Kyle Trask was a better quarterback, it would have been ugly for Surtain a couple times. So I think what people, and you know what doesn't get talked about when it comes to Pitts. I'm glad I can hit this now. He's actually a very willing blocker. That's why I hate the Evan Ingram comparison. He didn't have any.
That's lazy. That comparison's lazy. It ain't even with the blocking. He's just way better than Evan Ingram coming out.
He's just way better than Evan Ingram. He's way what do your eyes tell you? Your eyes tell you that he can come ball. Your eyes tell you that he can go across the middle. Like I've seen him beat 3 guys across the middle when it comes to those shiftier nickel guys, and I see him put moves on them. He's freaky in that sense. So I say all this to say, are you trying to move Gallup? Is that what you're saying? What are you trying to?
Yeah, so I'm trying to move Gallup, and I'm looking at supply and demand. I think the Ravens right now.
The Ravens, yep, that's the team.
They're beasting for a wide receiver. Mm-hmm. And I think with that 27th overall pick, I think we can trade Gallup to the Ravens because whoever the Ravens pick at 27 isn't going to be better than Gallup. If they pick him at 27, they pick him in the second round or third round, they aren't going to be better than Gallup. And I don't want it to be like the Byron Jones situation where we let him walk for a third round comp when he was really a first or a second, you know?
But be careful though, right? Like you want to trade Gallup to Baltimore for what though? For a player or for a pick?
For that pick, for that 27th pick.
Oh, that ain't.
Nah, they're not gonna do that.
You think they're going? Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that.
You gotta understand too, though. Yeah,
let's be realistic.
Ozzie Newsome still has a lot of ties into that organization. He basically built a foundation on how to draft over there. They love picks. Now, maybe a third.
I wouldn't.
I think the highest you get that, and that's what I'm saying. Maybe Sky, maybe. I do think Gallup has some. I like what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. What's your name, brother? I didn't catch your name at the top.
Joe. No.
So Joe, I love the premise of what you're saying because this is what I've been saying for the last few months here, in regards to move. If you're going to move Gallup, though, I don't agree with the pick. But if I want to move Gallup, I'm going to move Gallup for some quality. Now, if you can get a first, obviously, Joe, I don't know how you turn that down. You're getting a first for a guy who you weren't going to extend, and you drafted his replacement.
Yeah, we're
Pitts.
not going to pay him.
So that's that. If I'm a GM, I'm not trading a first-round pick for Michael Gallup. Remember what you said at the top. Jack of all trades, master of none. Not really great at anything, good at a lot of things. If you ain't really great at anything, I'm not giving up my first-round pick for you. So, so think about it on the other side. You know what I mean? So, I don't think it's realistic to get a first. But if I can get an up-and-coming defensive player who they say, you know what, we got enough defense. We don't have any weapons. If I can swap this young guy for this young guy and my offense becomes better and my defense doesn't really take much of a hit, then yes, let's make it work. So I don't know who that guy is on Baltimore, but if they got that guy, I'm all for it. But yes, I think you can draft Pitts to take over for Gallup's role easily. Day one, really.
Wait, but what about Waddle? I think he's good too.
Yeah.
No, so Waddle is a different.
That's a third guy.
Waddle is crazy. I think the imagination now. So when we talk about playing, you better have one with Waddle as far as personnel groupings, making sure he's getting the ball in certain ways. I think with Pitts, I honestly think you could just plug Pitts in as your tight end, go with your groupings, and just run your stuff, and he'll just be there for you. I think with Waddle, he's just that good. With Waddle, you would have to be very strategic with what you do with him. I do.
That's a great point on Waddle. You need to have a plan with Pitts too. I think I don't want Pitts playing 80% of his snaps in line. That's not his game. He probably should be playing 70% of his snaps out at wide out or in the slot. He should play like maybe 30 to 35% of his snaps in line. So you gotta have a plan for Pitts. But I agree, Pitts can come in like right day one and do what Michael Gallup can do, in my opinion, on another level, because I honestly think he might be a better route runner than Michael Gallup coming in. So
I think that too.
I look at him as a big receiver, but it is what it is. For Waddle, he's so explosive, he's so dynamic. You don't have to use him as a gadget guy, but what you do need to do with him is he probably is going to play in the slot. So what do you do with not what you do with CeeDee Lamb, because you got to play him. Somebody's the odd man out in regards to Waddle. Where if I get Pitts and I don't move Gallup, I could technically just say, all right, Jarwin, we're going to put you at tight end 2, and we're going to rock out with Pitts at tight end 1, and guess what? My three-headed monster at receiver is still intact. If I draft Jalen Waddle at 10, it's kind of the similar concern foots that I have with Pitts at 10. Does the draft value, right, what you got to get at 10, is he going to be able to take enough snaps and make enough impact to garner taking him at 10 early on in his career? That's all I have. And I don't trust that our offensive coordinator can use him correctly, but nonetheless.
Who's that, Waddle?
Yeah.
Right, but I do trust they can use Pitts the right way. I trust Mike McCarthy.
Because they got a guy that they've done that similar thing with.
Yeah. And this doesn't mean, I will say this, understand this, guys. Drafting Pitts doesn't mean that you get rid of, I really, really like Dalton Schultz. I've liked him.
Oh my God!
There's a video.
I like him better than Jarwin too.
Oh, you're killing me.
Hey, my guy.
You're
killing me.
No, hold on. But hey, let's talk about this real quick, Sky. You know what I like about Schultz? His availability, bro.
Don't dislike Schultz anymore, but come on, y'all.
But you know what? And he's sure-handed. I've seen Jarwin get crunched a couple times.
No, you didn't.
Off that ball.
No, you didn't. Jarwin has the best hands on this team.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, he does.
No.
Who got the best hands? Let's talk this out. Who got the best hands? Come on.
Wait, Scott, you might be right.
CeeDee Lamb has the best hands on his team.
CeeDee Lamb dropped 8 balls last year. Next.
He did, but I still like CeeDee Lamb's hands. He had a drop, but I'm going to take CeeDee Lamb over. I think, to be honest with you, I just like Schultz, bro.
I know you do. Listen, listen, I don't dislike Schultz, Joe, and Foots. He definitely showed me. And my man Stevie Mack, my mod guy, shout out to him. He was like, man, I like Schultz. Schultz just didn't get opportunity. Got the opportunity, show he can be a solid tight end in this league.
I said that when they drafted him, what he would be, and then Jason Witten blocked his growth.
But he also blocked Blake Jarwin's growth. The only reason we're even talking about tight end is because Jarwin blew his ACL, fam. That's it. Jarwin can get the seams. He got better hands. He's better with yak. He can go up and get. He's better.
No. I think Schultz can break tackles, though.
Bam.
Schultz is sneaky. So I'm telling you.
Bam. Blake Jarwin literally was one of the best after the catch guys in the
Jarwin
league.
Jarwin kind of soft, bro. I don't know. Like, I be seeing Jarwin get hit. I'm like, is he about to get up?
So Schultz is a fantastic tight end, too. He is not the tight end I'm trying to throw the ball to.
Yeah.
No. I agree.
Jarwin
you're not saying nothing wrong there. But if you got Pitts and Schultz, you cooking with grease. Understand that. Like,
Y'all ain't gonna move on from my man Jarwin. You got Pitts and Jarwin.
I like Jarwin though. I like
you
him.
cooking with grease. You don't
No, I'm moving on from Jarwin if I got Pitts. I'm sorry. Because I know in line, dog, I'm going to be good with Schultz. I can do some things personnel-wise. I'm telling you, Jarwin is out of there. Give me Dalton. Give me that Stanford education,
Foot's gonna fight on the
baby.
next show. We will have an entire segment dedicated to this tight end room on the next show. I promise you that. Because y'all not going to do this to my man Blake Jarwin.
Wait, hold on, Foot Sky, real quick. Let me get back on that Gallup for the 27th overall pick. I know y'all calling me crazy a little bit. What if we give him a fourth?
He's really trying to off Gallup for his first round pick.
He's trying to kick
The Ravens
Gallup off the ship.
So okay, all right. So listen, because this is the exact thing that happened with Dallas and Amari Cooper. Although we didn't know the pick, I think the only reason why, not the only, but one of the main reasons why Oakland made the trade with Dallas, because they said Dallas is going to be in the top 10. So I'm taking this top 10 pick for Cooper all day, not thinking twice about it. Granted, they might have did it for a lower pick. Whereas we know, or the Ravens know, and we know, at round 127, do I want to give up this valuable asset for a player that we're going to have to not only trade for, but then sign, right?
Yeah.
Or to an extension to $15, $16 million a year. I'm ask you, Joe, and Foot. Is Gallup a $15, $16 million a year player? Is he better than what Amari Cooper was when we traded for him?
And this is what you got to ask yourself, Joe, in all seriousness. And then I want to get this a few more calls.
Yeah. We're going to lock it up, too.
You a great call, bro. Thank you so much, man. Like, seriously.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, nah, for real. So this is what you need to ask yourself. Why not teams will just say,
The conference has been locked.
And just let what happened to Kenny Golladay and just let him hit the market. Like, I don't think Michael Gallup isn't better than Golladay. And we saw that. I mean, I don't know if Detroit tried to move on from Golladay, but you get my point. Like,
no, I'm with you. Like, let him hit the market, because I can use that first round pick on a player that I'm gonna have under contract for 5 years.
You got a one for Amari Cooper because he's that special.
And for real, now granted they already got this kind of guy. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
By the way,
I hear you.
Yeah,
I hear you.
I'm not seeing. Oh, there we go. So I know they got this kind of guy in Waddle, but if I'm dead set on receiver, why wouldn't I just package my one to come up and get a Waddle or Devontae Smith or if one of those receivers start to fall, right? If I'm Baltimore and I got a guy for 5 years that I don't have to pay $15 million a year for, and give up my one.
And they might be better than Gallup in the long run too.
Possibly, yes.
Well, and then you got to think, you got to read the tea leaves too, Joe. That like I said earlier, I don't know if you were on earlier, but this draft class receiver rise is really deep. Like,
that too.
You don't have to. I mean, I can give you guys in the 3rd, 2nd, 4th round who could come in and help you.
With that said, Joe,
small school guys, all that.
With that said, if they come calling 127 for Gallup and we just drafted Pitts,
got to do it.
I mean,
oh yeah, he's out.
I'm taking it, and I don't even want to do no picks. But if you take Pitts, he's my replacement for Gallup. I keep my guy Jarwin, who I'm about to get in this chat. I'm gonna get on y'all in this chat, and we good to go. We got an extra first round pick. Hey, maybe I use that to go up and get Horn. Imagine if you come out the first round with Pitts and J.C. Horn
or Richie Grant.
Stay at 27 and take Grant. Yeah, it'd be awesome. All right, man. Great call, Joe, man. Feel free to call in some more, brother.
All right, guys. So you have a good night. Shout out to Law. Shout out to Box. Shout out to Foot. Shout out to Scott. Shout out to Jeff. All of y'all holding it down. And Mike Fisher. I love y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you.
Thanks, homie.
All right, you too.
So I got to get back into I don't want to derail the show with Jarwin. Somebody said, what did Blake Jarwin do?
Wait. Do I hang up?
Or? Oh, yeah. I got you. I'm just talking. I'm going in here. Oops, I just opened up the line for. I got you, Twan. I think that's Twan 469. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna go through these. I promise y'all, I'm gonna get through these Foots. I know I don't want to keep you too long. We already been rolling. So Blake Jarwin, here's my plea on Blake, guys. He showed the tape is there of what he can be. I truly believe the only reason why we're having a conversation about tight end is because he got hurt. Now, Pitts, you want to draft Pitts to play tight end? Come on. I mean, listen, I'm not stupid. Pitts, talent-wise, his ceiling is ridiculous. He's a different level because I think he's a receiver, but in a power forward's body. However, if we're just strictly talking about Pitts versus Schultz, I think they complement each other well. That's exactly why I'm not clamoring for a tight end at 10. However, if you take a Pitts, obviously you got to use him because he's ridiculous, right? But if you don't take Pitts, because no one's having this conversation, Foots, not a single soul is having this conversation. If you do not take Pitts, Blake Jarwin remains healthy, and your tight ends are Blake Jarwin and Dalton Schultz, are you not rolling out a very good tight end group?
Yeah.
I don't see how you're not.
Yeah.
I mean, Blake Jarwin's, again, he's a yak guy. He's short-handed, best hands on the team. He can get up the seams. He can run routes. He can do short, intermediate stuff. He's a big target at 6'5", 6'6".
He's a big target.
And he's a red zone guy as well. So, I mean, Blake Jarwin can be your very good tight end. He may not be a Hall of Famer like we all putting Pitts at, but he's a very good tight end you can win with in this league. When I say win with, I mean you can win the rep. You can win the play. You can win the down. So no one's having this conversation. Everybody's Pitts or die, which is crazy to me. But if you don't get Pitts, which is very likely, he goes before 10, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Hey, I don't think it's likely.
Really?
Go before 10. I think T.J. Hawkinson messed that up.
Well,
I think
we can't.
I think it's. You know what? You know what I think is more likely. We didn't talk about this.
Who's that?
I think that Surtain goes earlier than 10.
Possible.
I think Surtain's pro day. I think people are gonna fall in love with Surtain.
It's literally a top 5 talent prospect.
For sure. But think about this right now, Sky. Five quarterbacks are going in the top 6 picks.
Ugh. You think? I'm believing that Mac Jones stuff. I'm not. But anyway.
Oh, Mac Jones is going top 10.
All right. We'll save this. The next show, I want to get through these. And
Okay.
in the chat here, am I crazy, chat? Am I crazy that Jarwin and Schultz can be fine next year if we don't get Pitts? Y'all won't go crazy if we don't. I'm just sitting here looking. Danny says, stop trying to trade Gallup. Yeah, everybody is trying to trade Gallup. All right.
I mean, I see why fans are saying it, though. They don't. I think Joe made a good point.
But that's the thing about it, right? There's 2 sides to it. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, like, I think the last caller made a great point. They don't want to have this great talent and get nothing for them. But I think
sometimes
have a partner, teams are going to look at it and say, I'm not going to give up that much.
And sometimes that's just the way it goes, Foots.
That's just the way it goes, man. That's the way love goes.
Now you could be like Bill Belichick and flip those guys to Chandler Jones and stuff like that. But the Cowboys don't do that.
That's not. I was just about to say that's just not their MO, bro. Unfortunately.
Yeah. My bad. I said I was gonna get. I think this is Twan. I don't know. 469.
What's good, Scott?
It is Twan. I know. What up, bro?
What's up, Twan?
Oh, what's good, Foots? Hey, real quick. First of all, shout out to Foots, man. I've been checking out his content lately. This dude, when it comes to DBs, this man is on it for real. Like, shout out to him. He's doing your thing.
Trey said, don't save that.
Man, thank you, Twan. I appreciate it. I guess I'm the resident DB guy in the Cowboy community. I love it though, cause I love that position, man. I love, like, I knew Trayvon Diggs would be good. I kind of have some other feels about some other guys, so it's cool, man. Thank you so much, man.
Real, appreciate it.
Hey, ready?
But before I get into my my topic, though, first things first. Goodbye, Xavier Woods. Kick to the curb, lazy ass, get your stupid ass out somewhere, for real. Anyway, but yeah, let me just say that real quick. But
yeah, I
kind of want to talk about. I know y'all. This show was about free agents and what you think of the signings, but real quick, I kind of want to get your opinion on Andre's system because I like him a lot. I really do.
Let's go.
Hey, he loves it.
Like I've been like, I know he's not like the top rated safety, but I like his potential. I don't know why. And you don't get that amount of picks for just being there. Like, and I watched this film too. Like, dude was really opportunistic and like knows how to make the play. For real, I look at it. I like him a lot. For real.
Okay.
I know. So what do you think we should take him at?
And talk about his bad film too, Foots. Go ahead.
So that's crazy because in my third round of my list, I'm gonna finish these up real quick, guys, just so we can knock it out.
Yeah, my bad.
I
We didn't finish
Richie
that.
Grant. No, it's cool because this has been a dope show. We've been knocking it out, and I'm gonna answer his question. So in my second round, top 5, I have Richie Grant, Greg Newsome, Asante Samuel Jr., Trevon Moore, Spencer Brown, Northern Iowa tackle. And in my third round, I have Andre Cisco as my one, because Sky knows I've been a fan. I'm not gonna jump off the Andre Cisco bandwagon just because other people don't like him.
He has.
Paulson Adebo,
like him.
Pete Warner. I like Pete Warner a lot, especially in the third round. Dylan Moses is a name that a lot of people are forgetting about. That if you want to talk linebackers, at a middle linebacker, don't forget about Dylan Moses. He's a really good player. If he would have came out last year, he would have been a first round player last year. Dylan Moses can play football.
I actually like him better than. I saw your list. I like him better than Pete Warner.
Oh, he's way better than Pete Warner. But I don't know. So hold on. Pete can do more for you. Dylan is better true middle.
Yeah, I think because that's what I want. I need a middle.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's fair. That's fair, Sky. And then I got Marlon Tuapolatu. So anyway, let's talk about Andre Cisco. This goes to my point about development doesn't stop in the league. When I look at Andre Cisco, I see a guy, great play speed, great size, great length, sideline to sideline player who doesn't trust his eyes all the time. So my thing is, do I have a coach on this staff?
I was about to say, can you coach it?
I think you can. So I don't think any of these players are like, no. I say this all the time at the youth level, Sky. You got to coach. Like, if a guy has a bad habit, you got to break it. I think I always saw him out of position in run support. Sometimes it was bad angles, and counters really got him. But to the caller's point, I've seen him do some really nice things. And like you said, 8 interceptions don't just happen. Like, that's not just you have to be in the right place So it's kind of like how the Browns were using Jabril Peppers versus Jabril Peppers at the Giants. It's kind of like, what are you going to ask Cisco to do? If you're asking Cisco to just play the roof and you say, hey,
my bad, Edwin.
Hey, man, we're just going to give you a half, and this is what I want you to do, and I just want you to run the alley on this side of the field, and you just do that great. I think that Andre Cisco can do that. I do. And if he's sitting there in the third round and I haven't drafted a safety, I'm drafting Andre Cisco. Like,
I'm scared of his eyes.
His eye. I mean,
I know.
I mean, you have a valid argument, Sky.
I mean, I'm listen. I'm not saying that he can't eventually.
I'll tell you somebody.
Because no, you're cool. I'm big IQ guy at safety. I don't care if I say this all the time, and I'm gonna keep saying it. I don't care if you can run fast. I don't care if you can hit hard. Can you be at the right spot at the right time? Can you trust your eyes like you talked about? Can I trust your IQ? At this point with Cisco, I can't. But that does not mean his potential, the P word that gets me in trouble, right? That potential is something I would be willing to take a chance on. Just not year one.
I mean, what were they asking him to do it? Like, everybody likes this Jamar Johnson.
Well, I didn't even know about the
Bull. I knew about him. Yeah, he was a Florida guy. I mean, he's from Florida.
Like Diablo
3-star recruit. I remember him coming out of high school. I would take Andre Cisco over him. I like Andre Cisco's body a little better.
I think I would too.
I think so.
I'm a little bit soft.
What happens is the draft community starts to have people that they love. They start to have people that they hate. Like, even with Micah Parsons, he's become a punching bag.
He has, and he's a good player. But
Rousseau has become a punching bag. I'm like, hey man, he can get to the league, fall into the right situation, and be a great player, man. So I just, I'm not gonna. I know what I saw when it comes to Cisco. I think he can play. I think he does make some mistakes at times. He takes them back. I'll tell you somebody who, Voch is real high on that. I don't really see it, and that's Tyree Gillespie. I mean,
he was at first. He was on your
so
list.
He's cool. So he's definitely on my list. But but that first list. Now that I got some more film, like there's film where he doesn't show up at all. Like no tackle. The Florida tape, I was like, did he even play this game? And that's not good. The only safety I tell you in like the Margot All-22 is Richie Grant. That's the only safety in his class that I say, for the most part, all his film checks the box, especially for what they asked him to do. Then he goes to the Senior Bowl, does even better things. So that's kind of like my thoughts. But I do think I know that was a long answer, but I do think that I'm in agreement with you. Andre Cisco can play. Don't throw him away. I think he can play.
Yeah, I think third round is actually where I had him, because I think if we just take him and develop him, I feel like he's
what round, Twan?
I was saying around maybe late second or early third. That's how I had where I was projecting Cisco after watching his film and stuff. But yeah, man, like I'm really kind of high on him as like developmental project when it comes to him. But I think my other question was on KJ Wright. I hope the Cowboys can low-key land him. I like him a lot as well. He's nice. And then as far as who got the better hands, I know you were talking about tight ends and stuff. Man, it's either Jarwin or Cooper for me. Simple. I can't decide between those two. You would be sleeping on Cooper.
I help you out. It's Jarwin.
Cooper might have something to say about that.
Yeah, Cooper got better last year with his hands. Year before that, he struggled.
Cooper had a sneaky good year last year.
Sneaky, man. Forget that. Yeah, he was good. I hate people was trying to put him in this box like he wasn't good. He was good. 4 different quarterbacks.
It's because he doesn't do well on the road, which I think he's low-key fixed that just a little bit. Just a little bit.
He did better on the road last year, but that 2019, oh boy, it was rough on the road.
Yeah.
All right,
that's all I really have to say. But yeah, y'all keep doing your thing, man.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you.
Super chat.
Hey, Lamont with the $3 donation. He says, "Can we just trade for Derwin James and be done?" They're not going to trade Derwin, bro. Not going to trade Derwin. I am not. I don't want to throw. Cause I like what you said. Throw away. 1 second. Throw away Cisco. Don't throw him away. But I'd much rather, and I said this on Saturday, I'd much rather have Elijah Molden and move him safety. I would love him at safety. Oh, I would love him. He played a lot of safety, but
yeah, he did a lot of nickel things. That's fair.
I like him. I like him a lot. I think he can be around the ball a lot. I think he's one of the smarter guys in the DB draft class. Talk about trust eyes. I trust his eyes. I mean, you got Grant, right, who I trust too. I think Moulton's right there when it comes to the high football IQ. So I like Elijah Moulton if I'm gonna go with a day 3, late day 2 at safety. But there's some other guys you talked about, the Hamsas and stuff like that. But I want a roof guy. That's all. Oh, what about Javon Holland? I mean, that's another one.
I'm staying away.
Oh, see more tape, and we start to kind of figure things out.
Yeah, I'm staying away from Javon Holland.
Okay.
For sure.
All right, let's roll through these, man, because I always try to get through the last bit of callers on the phone. I don't want to do them like that. They've been holding. So, real quick, 919, what's up?
What's up, guys?
What's up?
What's up, buddy?
This is Rico from the Durham, North Carolina area. Scott, me and you had talked once before, a couple months ago.
What's up, man?
You hear me, Scott?
Yes, sir. What's up, Rico?
Yeah, and Foot, I want to give a shout out to you, man. I really, really like your show. I really like the way you think. I think, man, you think kind of a lot, when it comes to evaluating players. But what I wanted to get to was, I think Dallas going to sign KJ because KJ want to be there real bad. When a player wants to be there that bad, and from what I'm hearing is over the years, not really the dollars, I can't see Stephen Jones letting that walk out the ring at the end of the day. And Dallas need that high IQ linebacker because I think KJ will help Jalen a lot. I'm not a big fan of LVE because I don't think he's going to ever play the same with that neck injury. Because I always thought he was kind of timid and soft. when he first came into the league, and then he started getting aggressive as he started playing. But now with that neck injury, I don't think he can be that physical linebacker that we want. And I don't think Dallas going to pick up his fifth-year option either. So by me saying that, and I know a lot of fans are talking about corners, safeties, but to me, you cannot stop nobody if you don't have a front seven. Offense is not going to. You can dictate offense better with a nasty front seven than you can with a nasty back end. Coordinators can figure out how to attack a nasty back end if you give that quarterback enough time. And especially if you can't stop the run. If you can't stop the run, they're going to pass on you eventually because safeties and linebackers will start crashing down. And play action is going to get you. Excuse me. So, at number 10, I mean, Pitts, I love Pitts. I think I would probably, the two players I would take first would be Pitts and Water. And the reason why I would take Water is because I know, I just heard y'all say that, you don't trust Kellen Moore how to use them right, but Water give us special teams, and we've been put for this special teams. We always start in our deep end part of our field. We never can change the field. And I think Water will help them a lot. No, but they got to look at it. You're going to lose Cooper or Gallup next year. And how I'm thinking is, I don't think Dallas going to trade Cooper. I don't think Dallas going to trade Cooper this year. I mean, Gallup, I'm sorry. Unless we are really bad, and then the trade deadline, somebody want to give us something crazy for it, we might do it. I think Dallas looking at saying, let them play it out, see who does the best. If both of them put up equal number, you can cut Cooper on a $6 million cap. Because I'm going to tell you something. I think Randy Gregory going to ball out this year. And we're going to have to pay him some money.
Mm-hmm. Y'all going to stop trying to cut Cooper. Y'all going to stop this.
I mean, because you're going to have to, you can't pay everybody, especially with Dak with that deal. So to me, what I'm saying is, I'm gonna build that front end. If I can get KJ Wright, player who I would get at 10, if I couldn't get them two offensive players I talk about, it's not Surtain or Horn. I'm gonna either go Parsons or the kid from Tulsa. Because the reason why is, what I like about Michael Parsons is, I think he can play him in so many different positions. And I agree with what Foote said. The only reason why that Tulsa kid look a little bit better than Parsons, because Penn State played him a lot down here. In Tulsa, they kind of let him play more in coverage, kind of let him freestyle a little bit more. And I wouldn't go wrong with either one. I like either one of them, but I think Parsons has a higher ceiling. And if you can get KJ Wright there to kind of be the quarterback of that defense and be that extension of what Dan Quinn wants to do.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. KJ Wright's definitely could be integral piece to this defense, at the very least a good bridge player.
Yeah, because see, this is the thing. I think Jeron Smith is a freestyle type player. You don't make them into tackles if you ain't some play for good. I know a lot of tackles he made with 8, 9, 10 yards down field. But if he didn't make them, who was going to make them? We would have more big runs against us. And I agree with what Brock said about Jeron Smith. 2 years ago, we was all loving him. He was knocking folks up.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna just roll out the bed 2 years later and tell me you can't play no more. I don't believe that. Some of that is because we had Poe D tackle play, but
see, so I gotta push back. See, I'm gonna get Vach on the show. In 2018, there was like a 10-game span of Jalen Smith. It wasn't like it was a 16-game span of this defense just being great, right? Like Jalen was making plays in 2018, but I got 2 years of tape now. And then, of course, obviously his first year, we kind of gave him a mulligan because he was coming off the injury and things like that. But if I want to be real, I have 3 out of 4 years of tape on Jalen that tell me that he's not a great linebacker. I got 2 of those 4 years that tell me he's average at best. At some point, you got to start trusting what you see. And what I see from Jalen is stuff that I don't think that you can just fix because of defensive tackles. Yes, it will help to have defensive tackles, right? That's going to help Jalen. It's going to help LVE. It's going to help everybody. But when you aren't smart as a football player. When you have physical limitations as a linebacker, I don't know that a DT is going to help that. That's the thing about Jalen. And you're right. You don't roll out and become a worse player, but you also can roll out and become better at certain things. And let's be real. Have you seen Jalen Smith roll out, the last 2 years and be a smarter linebacker? Be better in coverage?
No. I mean, you had some.
You got to talk into the thing. I didn't hear your foot.
I said the coverage part is where Jalen Smith is. I think the run fit thing is not.
You can
bad.
scheme it. Yeah, he's not horrible at the run.
But the coverage part is mano a mano. You just kind of got to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it seems what I saw. And thanks for this call, man. This is a great call.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, brother.
I think what happened with Jalen Smith is in space. It was hard to watch. That's where a KJ Wright's instincts and then some so. If you want to talk about Micah Parsons, I'm willing to listen to you if he's given Micah Parsons as Sam. Sign me up. Sign me up.
And I don't. Hey Travis, tackles don't do nothing for me at linebacker, fam. Like that, if you throw, he had the second most tackles, that don't do it because I literally will go watch the all 22 and show you a gang. I mean, I know everybody has bad plays, but I'm talking a gang. I mean, I'm talking bad games, a bunch of them.
And I hate to make him. I
know I'm trying not to be punching bag on Jalen, but at the end of the day, I'm going to call out players when they ain't playing well. Is what it is.
Yeah.
Jalen, they try to play him at the quarterback of the defense. That's not him.
Yeah,
he didn't play that at Notre Dame. He played kind of like Michael Parsons did, where you just let him play down here and let him just attack.
And remember, he was supposed to play the will and do that, and they moved LVE, and now they're like, we're going to move LVE to the will. Like, I don't think they know what the hell to do with Jalen Smith, y'all. Don't.
That might be true. I agree with you on some of that. But like I said, if you bring in a KJ Wright, he's going to get – your middle linebacker ain't just got to know his assignment. He got to know everybody's assignment. And they were asking Jalen to do that.
Yep.
And Vanderbilt, and people don't realize Vanderbilt, they played for 8-man football in high school, and then a couple years ago at 11, so he's still learning that too.
But Vander Esch, when he's healthy, that's the only problem with him, Vander Esch, fan. It's health. He's better.
I don't think he'll never play the same. I don't believe it. And I think they don't believe it. That's why they didn't pick up that 50 option. Like I said.
You said I couldn't hear what you said though. What did you say though? You don't think they what now?
I don't think LV Eagles will ever be the same.
Oh.
And I think Dallas knows that.
I mean, that's his problem, is health.
I agree.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
I agree.
I think Dallas knows that. That's why they didn't pick up that 50 option. That's why they entertaining KJ Wright. And then another thing is I don't want to see Sean Lee no more.
That's why they.
I don't want to see Sean Lee.
They better draft.
I don't think they like any linebackers on the room. You don't entertain KJ Wright and bring Keanu Neal on as a will if you believe in Jalen Smith and LVE. You don't.
But see, I think, believe it or not, I know Dallas fans don't want to hear this, but I think Dan Quinn is going to play some hype. That's why he brought Neal in.
No,
that's why I said
we talked about
KJ Wright. Huh?
We talked about Dan Quinn is going to, I mean, even the coach said it. We're going to play multiple. Dan Quinn is definitely going to be more multiple up front, yes.
That's why you bring in a guy like Michael Parsons, who I think can play all over. He can rush the passer. He can stop the run. I mean, he's just an athlete. And you know, if you put a small linebacker beside him, they can put him in position like him and Jalen Smith with Neal. I think that front can be nasty. And if you got a nasty front,
you won't hear me argue.
Think about it.
You won't hear me argue about Micah, but I really do think that we might see Neal as the will linebacker on this team for the future. I'm gonna be real. So with that said, I don't think they're going to draft Micah Parsons. I think they're just trying to slow roll this Keanu Neal at will linebacker. But hey, man, I appreciate the call, man. We got to finish the rest of these calls.
All right, man. Y'all have a good night. And like I said, I appreciate all of y'all. Big Game James, Foots, you, all of y'all. I'm gonna start showing y'all some love.
Appreciate it, Rico.
Y'all guys deserve it, man.
Thanks,
like
Rico.
one other fan said, y'all really digs deep, and you really break it down to layman's terms. You know what I mean? To the football fans that don't really understand football. So I appreciate that.
I can tell
y'all have a good night.
I can tell you understand ball.
Yes,
And that's
indeed.
what I love.
Good call, Rico, man. Great call. Man, that was a good call, man. I love talking to linebackers because I'm very passionate about the room. I don't have belief in them, and I think that we're seeing that with Quinn. I think he does. I think he's looking at the room saying, "I don't believe in you guys. Why am I entertaining a KJ Wright, or why am I bringing in a safety to play Will if I did?" And can you blame him?
Right.
You know, I'm hoping because it very well may be that LVE could be a lost cause because of health. My hope is that Jalen is not. My hope is that they find some type of role that they could utilize Jalen this year. I don't want to say it's a lost cause with Jalen. For me, I'm ready to just move on, but he's not going nowhere. So, all right, cool, boom. He's not moving anywhere. What can we do to put Jalen Smith in the best position to succeed next year? And to me, that's moving him to that Sam or Leo or whatever you want to, that hybrid rusher type guy, where I'm not asking him to think. If they put Jalen that middle linebacker, I mean, I don't think much is going to change, Foots. All right, let me just we got to fly through these last callers, guys. We got to get through 478. What it is, what it do. We're going to ask your question or statement, and then we're going to answer it while you're off air. All right?
All right, cool, bro. What's going on, man? This Wright side right here. Avery Wright from Atlanta, Georgia.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, showing love. I appreciate y'all new media fellas, man. Y'all doing it big out here. So
Thanks
I
for the
appreciate
donation,
everything
bro.
y'all doing. And we definitely want to show y'all love out here. So I'm going to get my questions real quick just so we can hit them. I got two questions. One really a statement, second a question. First one is I think the Brandon Carr signing way back when, that big money that we gave him, it just screwed Stephen Jones' mind as far as signing free agents. And that's why we come out here and we bargain bin shop every free agency when, you know, as fans, we looking to make a couple big splashes to actually make the team better. They like, man, we already done tried that and it didn't work way back when, so we're gonna stick with our new philosophy. I think that's kind of how we end up where we at as far as free agency goes. But the real question I had, hypothetical for y'all. So the draft going perfectly for us, in my opinion. We grabbed Rashawn Slater at 10, right? We had pick 44. You got Richie Grant and you got Boss Man Fat on the board. Kelvin Joseph, gun under the seat guy. Who y'all taking?
Oh, that's easy. Thanks for the call, man. Much love.
Appreciate you, brother.
Richie Grant. I wouldn't even think twice about it. Taking Richie Grant. Richie Grant is my guy. So
listen, Foots. I think I can be talked into it. Here's why, man. I got a saying on this channel. # stop playing at two positions. Stop playing at defensive tackle. Stop playing at safety. Stop playing. So if in the first round we get a Slater, I got my left tackle for the future. Go get me my safety.
Gotta get
me
a
Richie
safety,
Grant.
bro.
Super chat.
I've been screaming safety for 4 years now. Gotta get a safety, bro.
Yeah.
You can't keep throwing and now Wilson is a pleasant surprise. But that doesn't mean you can't upgrade a position.
And if Joseph is still there, that means you might be able to come back.
Yeah.
And get you a cornerback trade. Listen, if I come away Slater, Grant in round 2, I might be willing to come back into round 2 or higher in round 3 or whatever, and get me my cornerback, and I kind of walk away like, all right, feel pretty good.
Yeah, I would. If that's the case, if Joseph is there, then that means Newsom's probably still there. A couple of. So what's gonna happen is this: is what you need, caller. I didn't get his name.
I think it was Avery, or it was right side.
Right side, my man from the A.
Right side, yeah.
You need a run on receivers. You need a run on those tackles in the second round.
Yeah.
You need a run on receivers. Everybody write this down in your notes. You got to have a run on receivers. I don't care. You got to have a run. I mean, the Michigan kid, Nico Collins, all of these guys. Let them all start flying off the board.
Shout out to Shady is back with the $5 donation.
My bad, y'all. Yeah, you need a run. You need a run. You need a run on receivers. You gotta have a run on receivers. Got to.
Shady said, y'all keep it up, guys. Good content. Appreciate you, brother. We got a Viking fan, I believe, in your chat, man. He said, I'll let you answer. Can Xavier Woods help the Vikings defense?
Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me now?
Now you sound muffled as all hell, but yeah, we can hear you now.
Uh-oh. Damn, my bad.
You good.
If
If Xavier Woods is put back in a position to where he's not the guy and he could just kind of calm down and be active, I guess. But you don't want to don't ask me, Viking fan, but you don't want to ask me over here. I'm so far done with Xavier Woods for just his efforts and his play last year. They were bad. They were bad. Both were bad. Prior to last year, he was a serviceable starter, and that's where if he can get back to serviceable.
2018 Woods, then you good to go.
He was serviceable.
2019, yeah, you only gave him a 1-year deal, so you guys probably need to draft at the position. So yeah.
All right, 314 then 206, man. Y'all been holding, man. Y'all are some champs. What's up, 314?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good,
Kyle
man.
Walker?
Yes, sir.
Yes. My name is David. Old school Cowboys. I follow the Cowboys ever since Roger Staubach and Tony Dorsett days.
You got to see all the championships, man. Shout out to you, OG.
Yes, sir. I like your show, you and Voss, and I forgot the brother's name on it now, but I like him too. But what my comment was dealing with getting speed at wide receiver. I know y'all mentioned Waddle earlier in your show, but I wanted to throw another name out, DeAndre Westridge, where he can play in our special team punt return.
Is that the cat that was at Senior Bowl? Or was it Eskridge?
Yeah, he got like 4.3 speed.
No, you mean Eskridge, Dwayne Eskridge.
Is that who we talking about?
Yeah, Dwayne.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a guy Foots. Didn't we talk about him at the Senior Bowl?
Yeah, Eskridge can play now.
Mm-hmm.
He can play. Oh yeah, he can play.
I'm with you, Dave.
I mean,
is it David or what? Yeah, David. I'm with you, David. I would love to get some speed, and it doesn't have to be Waddle, right? If we can get some speed later, that'd be great.
Yeah, because we need someone like a Christian Slater, somewhere in line that can really protect Prescott. We need to upgrade our line, but we definitely need that speed, because if you look at it, what made Kansas City so powerful, yeah, they got Kelsey, but they also had speed. They had speed. So when you had that type of balance, that really, because like the receivers that we have now, I mean, we have Gallup, or he's like a 4-5, something like that. You know,
yeah, we have
our receivers, but we need that speed. When you have that threat, you can do more. I mean, Odell Beckham killed us last year on that little run around when we played against Cleveland.
Beckham.
Run 50 yards for a touchdown. Why? That speed kills. You can't teach speed. You need some type of speed. When you sit back and do a play, they can jet 40, 50 yards just like that. We need that type of play. And I'm in agreement with you dealing with Jalen Smith. He was my boy back in the day. You know, when he first started, 2019, you know, 2018, he was looking good at first, but I don't know. It's a thinking game. You need a linebacker that can think. My ideal also a safety is from Mizzou, Gillespie. Though he didn't have interceptions, he's a pretty good safety too. And I agree with y'all. We can pick some of these other guys at the later round, because we need cornerback. We need safeties.
Yeah.
We need to shore up their defense, but at the same time, we can't ignore that offense. I mean, Kyle Pitts, yeah, he's a good guy to pick up, but man, our team needs so much right now.
Yeah, we
need so much right now.
We need a lot. See, you come from the Bullet Bob Hayes era, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, when
that's
when
why
Randy
you want
White
that speed.
Was tough, Too Tall Jones.
Yeah.
That was my boy, Drew Pearson, Tony Hill.
I gotta respect the OG fans, man. Salute to you, man. Appreciate your call in, David. Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it, and thank you for taking my call.
That was a great call, David. Thank you, man.
Yeah. Ain't lying. Definitely need speed.
Yeah, I mean that Odell play, I forgot all about that. He's right. I mean, hey, you definitely need jokers that can run.
Final call tonight. We're gonna get through here, man. The chat been popping all night, man. Y'all are great. And see, Foots, I told you, Foots, I can go on this show, right? Now you seeing it now. You feeling it too, ain't you?
Yeah. But hey, we're gonna push through though. Let's push.
We got it. 206, man. Send us out. Hi, what's up?
What's up, family? It's your boy MJ from LA.
MJ from LA, West Coast. What's good?
What's up? When y'all? Yeah, I'm gonna see y'all when y'all come to the camp now.
I'm coming. I'll be there.
I'm gonna take you guys out to the club I run. So I got you.
We got a club. Hey, LA, man. You better hit me.
Find me.
I got you.
Hit me. Jump in the comments. I'll get your info. Let's go.
Right. What up?
Yeah, I gotta hit. I always hit you on. I'm the one to be talking to you, family, on your Instagram.
Okay.
It's your boy Marviante.
Which one?
I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna send you my number. Yeah, Foots.
Okay.
I always hit Foots.
Okay.
Hey, but check this out. Now you gotta remember, Foots, number 2. Watch number 2 now from Carolina. That's a cold-blooded receiver. He's going up the charts. He's bad. Did you see him? The Carolina receiver number 2?
Oh, are you talking about he had his pro day today?
That boy was cold-blooded, man. I'm talking about Rouse.
I'm gonna see if I can find something for
I gotta send you the info.
Is it
type in your thing.
Is it Diami Brown?
No,
you
talking about Brown? No, he's talking about
yeah,
well, hold on.
It's
are
either
you looking at
it gotta be Brown.
De'Ami Brown, yeah.
De'Ami Brown.
Are you so wait a minute.
Yeah, De'Ami Brown.
You want to draft another receiver?
No, I'm just saying we ain't gotta, but it looks like he's going up the chart. He might go number 2 in the second round because he's going up the chart fast. Everybody's like, man, they said that guy's so cold-blooded. He be killing everybody. I'm talking about, and he was killing your boy. He was killing your boy from Florida State. He was killing him. Samuel. I don't want Samuel. I'd rather have Molden.
I like Samuel's tape against UNC.
I
like your boy Molden.
Hey, but hold on. Let's talk receivers real quick. Let's talk these receivers real quick, cause now.
Okay.
Now, and this is a good call. He coming in hot, ain't he?
Yeah,
hey, that's what I like. hey. Now let's talk about now. I got 4 guys for you. That's why I said it's gonna be a run on receivers. Cause what about Kadarius Toney? You talking about a playmaker, somebody? What about Terrence Marshall? Terrence Marshall, I mean, he can play from LSU. What about Rondell Moore, who just tore his pro day up? What about Rashad Bateman? You see all these names. These are all names that I have higher than you could go Nico Collins. Hey, at the Senior Bowl, Nico Collins looked like he was the best receiver there from Michigan. I mean, high point, body frame. This receiving class is excellent.
And check this out. The tight end from Bowling Green, the big brother, 6'5", run a 4.5, cold-blooded now. Don't be bragging on your boy. What? Yeah,
I gotta check him out.
And then, but another key for y'all, the corners. So there's like 20 corners. Don't get caught up on your boy from Alabama. I'm gonna just say the corners from Georgia, they run 4.2, 4.3 fast. My favorite corner is the Georgia corner because I played corner. You know, I just didn't tell y'all in track, I ran the 200 meters.
Out here with the
and
wheels.
I ran 20.9 in the 200. I used to run track in college at Iowa State.
I mean, you
transfer to UW.
Make a good point about not getting caught up in the corners in the first round. If you miss out on one or you don't take one, I don't think no one should be panicking. I think you can get a good corner in the top three rounds.
Fam, hey, check this out, and y'all gotta watch out for the Stanford corner.
Awesome.
That's what they look. He's smart. He went where Richard Sherman at. That's my guy too. Don't worry. That's what I'm saying. I'm not worried about corner. But I must have that tackle. Gotta have that tackle. But if we lose the tackle, we could get your boy from Tennessee in the 3rd round with the blood clots. is gone though. The big tackle from Tennessee.
Oh man.
He's supposed to be a first-round pick, but he's gonna fall to number 3. He's 6'5", 330. He played tackle and guard. Come on, man. There's so many good people. I'm telling you.
Man, yeah, it is.
I think you're talking about Trey Smith.
Made a good point. You made a good point with that safety. I went to University of Washington. He could play in the slot, and they're gonna move him to safety. So between him and the UFC guy, I won't be mad. But I'd rather have Molden.
Me too.
Okay.
Oh, you like that USC dude? I think the strong safety cat.
Yeah, I'm talking about your boy, the USC. The USC
Oh,
guy.
UFC. Richie Grant. I thought you said USC.
But, no.
Hawaiian cat.
The UW, University of Washington safety too.
Yeah,
playing the slot in the corner.
Yeah, Molden.
Yeah. So you got a good way to go with them players. But, like I say, don't get caught up. And there's so many defensive tackles. Man, this is a deep trick. Don't let them psych out. They just pumping names up because they want the Cowboys to make the wrong pick. No. Stay calm. Don't panic.
Love it.
Yeah.
Do not pick the wrong player.
I love it.
Yeah.
Man, great call, bro.
Yeah, keep dropping these gems, man. These I've been wrote down a couple names, fam. Trey Smith.
Yeah, man. Oh,
hey,
now I played the safety, the linebacker. There's a lot of linebackers too. Y'all talking about the guy from Penn State? No, I could go with the Ohio State linebacker or the LSU linebacker.
We did not talk about Barron. We didn't talk about Baron Browning today.
There you go. So that's what I'm trying to tell. Because your boy, the new defensive coach, he like the 230 linebackers that can run fast. He don't want the 250 or 260. He wants the 230 that can just run and pop and can check you. You remember? So that's what they're going for, cover, and they're going for all that. He's going for cover safeties, cover corners, and cover linebackers. And they're going to make your D tackles. Hey, the guy from Florida, I could get him in the 4th.
Who, Marvin Wilson? Oh, Florida. I thought you were talking about Florida State.
No, the big guy, 240. He's a beast. Hey, but if I get him in the 4th, then I could go on and get the Husky D tackle because he can play all over the line. And you get them two,
Levi.
That is, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Levi, and then big man Slayton in the 4th. Man, come on.
I like this guy. I like this
You
guy.
see what I'm saying? You see I'm plugging them hoes?
Plug them,
But
man.
we must protect Dak Prescott so we can have that running game again and just destroy people. That's what we got to do. We got to get that. But I think he's gone, though, y'all. I think Cincinnati might draft the receiver, and then Carolina and other guys going to draft them.
Listen.
Them linemen might go.
If we get healthy on the offensive line, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah. But the key, let's make our defense top number 5. Everybody's like, if we could go in the top 20. So, nah, I'm tired of top 17 and 20. We always lose. We going top 5 defense. Let's go top 5.
I wish, but yeah, we don't.
Ain't no wish. We could do it.
You can't be a top 5 defense when you spend the least amount of money on that side of the ball. So we got to change our philosophy.
Nah. But we're going to draft, though. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of good players to put them in the right place. They go with the veterans and the young boys.
Unfortunately,
that's how you do it.
Unfortunately, that's not, though. Unfortunately, you have to spend money in free agency on defense. That's just facts. I can go down the list of some of the better defenses. They don't even got to be the best defenses, but if you want to talk about the best defenses, they've drafted well, and they've also made trades, and they've also signed free agents. So you've got to be able to do both, and the Cowboys just don't. So at some point, if we want to become great on defense, you got to spend money. How many second contracts on defense do we got besides DeMarcus Lawrence?
Not too many.
I tell you, none. Sean Lee.
How many?
But he probably shouldn't even have got.
Oh, man.
Right. But I mean,
we gotta get rid of.
Right.
We gotta get rid of all them old people.
Nonetheless, bro, this was an amazing fire call. Make sure you call back into the show for real.
Yeah, man.
I am, fam. I'm gonna hit y'all.
Yes, sir.
Remember MJ. You know what I call in? 206, that's me.
206 from LA.
We coming to the show too, don't worry.
Yeah, we'll wrap though. Real rap. I will be out, and a lot of Cowboys community will be out there. if they allow fans to come out there for camp. So we'll be there, man.
Oh, if I know Jerry, he gonna let fans in there. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. All right, brother. Take care, man.
All right, then. All right, shalom.
He's great.
Shalom. I love it.
I gotta hit him with a great call. It's a great call. Now I can get to my guy, man. Showtime, bro. Shout out to Showtime with the super chat. One of the members of the channel. Salute to you, man. Always checking in. Even if he misses it live, he comes back. Solid show as always. My question is, why did Morg's stock drop? Is he still in the top 3 free safeties wanted? I don't personally have his stock dropping, but you did talk about you talked about earlier. If you saw my mock Showtime, I actually I and I don't do mocks, but my only mock, I actually had us trading up. Granted, it was kind of just let me throw a wrench in here to get him in the second round. So that was my thing. I kind of view him as a late first, second round guy because a lot of those type of safeties are going in the late first, second round. So I think that's where he's at to me. Now if he falls to the third, that's a drop.
Yeah. Nah, Morg's a second round player.
Shout out to Mr. W Wright side with I think that's Avery joining the membership squad. Appreciate you, man. I'm about to plug you in right now, man. We're going to do this membership drawing, Foots, and we're going to get you up out of here because I know your lady probably.
Somebody asked did I fall asleep. No, man. I was down there. I was looking. What I'm doing is looking at your guys' responses and stuff. Nah,
right.
Man, I'm good. This is awesome.
Yeah, he good, y'all. He good. Let me just make sure I can pull this up, Foots. So what we're going to do, y'all, for the members of the Skywalker channel, Dallas Cowboys Network channel, Skywalker Still, is we're going to do the drawing. What's up, always a lady, for the members. And I did add those who joined today. As of right now, it's about 20 entries. I'm going to pull it up so y'all can see. Make sure it ain't no bull crap. We're actually going to do 2, courtesy of, I believe it was Lunatic Uncle Charles, courtesy of Uncle Charles. And what we're giving away today, y'all, are 2 $50 gift cards, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's $50. Yeah. I think it's sportsfanatics.com. In fact, I'm going to go in here and make sure I don't mess this up. It's basically you can go and shop for your apparel. I believe they're sponsored by a lot of NFL teams. So let me just make sure I got this right. Fanatics.com, not Sports Fanatics. Fanatics.com. I'm sure a lot of y'all have heard of them. So, yep, 2 $50 gift cards. All right. So I'm going to pull this screen up so y'all can see it. So y'all know I ain't, drawing or nothing like that. I ain't tripping. All right, here we go. So the first winner will be Patrick Roberson. Patrick Roberson. I am going to write these names down. Patrick Roberson is the winner number 1. And then in my community, I will put the winners in there. You guys have to send me your email. All right, number 2. My man, Jeron Isom. Shout out to Patrick Roberson and Jeron Isom. I will definitely be hitting you guys up via the community. Make sure y'all hit me back up with your emails, guys. So, all right, man. Let me get back to this. Show, Foots. Woo! What a show. We said at the top, Foots, that this was going to be a jam-packed show, fam, and it indeed was. Go ahead and give your final thoughts or your parting shots here, your thank yous or what have you, and then we'll go ahead. I'll give mine and we'll head on up out of here, man.
I mean, rarely am I.
You can come back into the studio too. We'll do that.
Let me jump back in. My bad.
You in there, Foots? Got come into the studio, unmute it, and you'll be good. Or we just keep rocking.
You hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, there we go. We should be clear. My bad, guys.
You're good.
Barry B said, go to sleep. Nah, Barry, I'm still up, man. I can hang, homie. You got to understand, I got a 1-year-old, man. It'd be hard. Hey, look, but nah, all seriousness, Barry, everybody who called, I can honestly say, man, this is it, man. This is what it's about. When I tell y'all, we gave these good peoples everything.
Everything.
We gonna give y'all, listen, we gonna give y'all that information. That way draft day is no shocker. We know exactly what we're trying to do.
Speaking of that, Foots,
all that.
And I gotta get with you too, because I want you to call in for the draft show.
PG County, what's up, man?
Shout out to Wayne Coffin. Speaking of that, y'all, man, make sure y'all lock in for the draft show on the channel, man. It's going to be phenomenal. I'm going to keep pushing that thing because it's going to be like none other, I swear. You're going to think you're watching some stuff on one of the big broadcasts, but you're going to have our flavor to it and the realness to it. So make sure y'all lock in for the draft show, man.
No, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so, I mean, like I said, guys, and listen, one thing I will say, the shout-outs, all that's well and good. Make your own opinions for yourself. Do the homework for yourself so nobody can tell you. Like, there's certain guys I don't agree with everybody on. But that's my flavor because I've done the work. I've seen enough of these guys to kind of know, blah, 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 blah. So that's what I would say, man. Do the homework for yourself, guys. We all have YouTube. Search Twitter. Search scouting reports. Gather information and just do the homework for yourself.
So I love what Brian Broaddus said, and I'm going to paraphrase here. Y'all probably seen it on Twitter if you're a Twitter person. He basically said, man, trust your eyes because your ears are going to hear a lot of different things. And they're going to it's going to be tempting to listen to what everybody else has to say. I will say this on the other side. Not everybody has access to certain film. Not everybody has access to see everybody. So we rely, and you rely, whoever it is, on what people say. They rely on a Foots, a Vach, maybe even a me, which I don't consider myself in the draft community. I'm at the door with my ears plugged like this. And I'm like, all right, that's who I got to watch. Let me go watch him. So I try to form my own opinion on what I'm watching, but I'm not going to act like I'm watching all these players during the season. I'm not. I'm an NFL guy. And then when it's draft season, I go into the lab. That's what I like to call it. I go get in the lab. And that's what I'm in right now, the lab. But nonetheless, it's okay to listen to a bunch of different people, but if you're conflicted or you're not sure, make sure you do go study and watch like Foot said. Make sure you make up your own opinion, even if it's taking a bunch of different things and saying, okay, this piece, that piece, that piece, and I'm going to form my own opinion about it. Do that, because once come draft time, then you can go into draft time and come out of draft time cool with your opinion on the draft. With that said, Foots, man, I appreciate you hanging. Listen, I know, man. 2-3 hour shows can be rough. It be rough for me. This is just the norm. But I knew when you was like, yeah, I'm rolling. I'm like, okay, we're gonna find out real quick. We're gonna find out real quick because it gets real over here, man. I appreciate that, NME. And once again, man, shout out to all you guys in the chat. You guys have been rocking with us. This has been a fire stream. T-Mac, Cowboys Network, Jeremy, NME, Chris, Star, Brandon. Always a lady. I mean, I could keep going through this whole entire thing. Showtime, Right Side, Lunatic, Wayne. Y'all have been, David Jenkins, I see dropped in. Y'all have been awesome. All you guys in the chat. Thank you guys for the super chats as well, man. This helps go back into the stream.
This has been great.
Y'all have no idea. All the new subscribers that have subscribed on both channels, all the new members that have joined. Thank you. Give yourself a round of applause. Shout out to y'all. And make sure y'all keep it locked, man. We'll be having more. Me and Foots will probably have more content throughout the week. Hopefully we sign KJ Wright, right? Hopefully we sign KJ Wright. I don't have my normal button. I can't press it, Foots, because I don't want to get you in trouble. So I'm going to try to find a different button to press. We're going to press that one. And we're going to vibe out. All right? We're going to vibe out on the way out, man. Appreciate you guys joining the stream. Make sure on your way out, hit that like button. It helps. Thank you, guys.
Let's go.
We out.
Let's go.
Shout out to the mod guy. Appreciate you, Stevie Mac. Shout out to Sosa. Cowboys Network. Make sure y'all follow him on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Y'all have a good and safe night. Love you guys. Appreciate your Root Glock.